Yes, guys. Yes, people. Big up everybody that's locked in. Lateness is greatness and all of that. Word to Matisse. Big up Jem as well for the raid, as always. Big up everybody that's in here. Go straight from a match review back into a match preview like it's October again. And we were actually semi-decent back then. But yeah, Chelsea versus Southampton. Bottom of the table, Southampton. We can't fuck this one up, can we? Probably can, but I hope we don't. I really, really hope we don't. Big up everybody that's in here, though. There's a lot of transfer news to get into as well. Talks about Zakaria, Mason Mount's contract talks as per usual. We're reloading that one again. What else do we have here? Neymar talks. That came out of nowhere last night. We'll get into that one too. Andre Santos apparently has had his work permit cancelled, which isn't really the greatest of news, but I mean, I can't really speculate what sort of role he would have had in the squad anyway, or the impact that he would have had. So I'm not really too fussed about it. We'll see him at the end of the season anyway. So it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Arpan saying check Matt Law with urgency. So what's Matt Law saying? Let me know. Is it actually something big or Reece James? Well. Okay, that's good news. That is actually a bit of good music to my ears and to you guys as well in the comment section. Nice. Reece James groomed for Chelsea leadership role, seen as a potential future captain. Oh, captain, my captain. I love to see this. I've been saying he is our future captain. Reece James is the actual face of this club. None of this Mason Mount BS. Reece James actually turns up for us on a weekly basis. This right here is good news. This is very, very good news. And it's well-deserved too. Reece James is our actual leader. Reece James isn't holding the club up to ransom over a BS contract while dropping the worst form of his life. So, more power to Chelsea for this. Beautiful news. Love to see it. Love Reece, but he has to be fit. Yeah, he does have to be fit, but fitness don't really make a difference in terms of being the captain or not. The captain is still a leader, whether he's in the dressing room or not. No, not the dressing room, whether he's in the pitch or not. And Reece James can still have impact whether he's fit or not fit. That is the guy who I want to be our captain. Let me see what everyone's saying. Myadl getting body rocked. He can hold that. Starboy Reece deserves it. Let's go. Love to see it. I didn't even go to the comments at the top because I just was running late from gym and everything. Big up Clutch. Big up Dennis, Raph, Goku. Josh, big up yourself. VDJ says, how much is Mason Mount in the transfer market? I'd say he goes for about 50 to 70. Personally. What else is everybody saying? Graham Paul was satisfied with the direction we're going in, but there is always room to improve. Fair enough, really. Fair enough. Big up True Blue Clay. Big up Bobby Hitchin, Henrik, DK, Pedro saying if we view Nkunku as a 10, then where does Felix fit in if we get him on a permanent? 10. I think with Nkunku, he'd be a 10, and then you could potentially play him as a 9 as well. But you could see them both compete for the position, and that's fine. Who would you rather have compete for it? Nkunku and Havertz, or Nkunku and Mount, or Nkunku and Felix? I don't even need to run a poll for that. I don't have to run a poll. That is great competition. Unbelievable competition. So, yeah, bring in Nkunku, bring in Felix as well. There is plenty of room in the inn. And you know what 2 10s need to go to replace them? Let me not say any words. I'm going to just say the word hideous, and you lot know. You lot already know who I'm talking about. Big up Mark. Big up Rodman. Big up Eldo saying, bring me my boy Neymar. We'll talk about Neymar. We will talk about Neymar because there's a couple of ways you can look at a potential Neymar deal. There's the good sides. There's the questionable sides too. Me, I'll never say no to Neymar, but I need to look at it from a logical perspective. Like, we've just spent about 100 or so million on Mudryk. Obviously, amortization and all of that, so I do understand that. We want to keep Felix and Nkunku. We want to keep in the 10 role as well. Where do we play Neymar? Does he bench Mudryk instead? Does he bench Felix and Cuckoo? I don't know. I don't know. And that's the question mark for me with Neymar. Does it make logical sense? I feel like this is more of a statement signing or for commercial reasons. And I understand the commercial side of it, but on the pitch, who does he bench? Or like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what you guys are saying in the comments anyway. I want 2-0 minimum. If we don't win convincingly, big questions have to be asked. Big facts. Big facts. Let me take this thing off the top as well. Hey, my webcam's been working for nearly 10 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Big up, Ricardo. Hasey. Agbata says we don't need Neymar at Chelsea. We already have Mudryk and Sterling at the wing. This is what I'm thinking. And I'll never say no to Neymar. Like, bring in more quality if you want to. I'm not going to complain. But does it make... Logically, I don't understand that. I don't really get it. But if you want to bring him in, cool. I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. What else? Felix came in, a Chelsea admin forgot Mount exists. Good. I'm glad our admin finally found standards. Or we sacked him and we got in somebody better. Because all that fucking hideous triplets prop while they're putting in the worst form of their lives. It's like, fuck off, man. Show me good players. Don't show me the same shit. And then try and shove PR up our ass. Like, nobody wants that. Bin the giraffe and reinvest into a striker position. You know ball, my friend. You know big ball. Yeah. What else everybody saying? Bring Neymar just for vibes. Neymar left wing. Mbappe would be better. I mean, I ain't saying no to Mbappe. You're damn right. Neymar, 31 years old. It's a nice headache to have. You see, this is why I'm not saying no to Neymar. Absolutely no. I don't want to see this guy at my club. I'm not saying that. Because who's going to say no to bringing in more quality? My question is, Neymar is going to come in and he instantly is going to want to start. So he's either going to block the progress of Mudryk or he's going to be starting over the likes of Felix and Cuckoo. Somebody's going to be pissed off. And that's my question mark. If they do it, you can figure out how that works. But that's my question mark on it. You're not saying Neymar left wing. Have we not signed Mudryk? Again, the question mark. That's what I'm saying. That's what. Come on, Neymar start. I'm not saying he doesn't. But if we're looking for the long term, like, you would rather give Mudryk those minutes and let him continue to develop. Same thing with Felix or Cuckoo. Like, the quality of Neymar speaks for itself. But we have players that could be here for the next 8 years. And we need to prioritize them more. That's my thing. That's my thing. Mudryk knocked Neymar for diver, did he? Aye, they'll get along anyway. He could have the silver role of being like the role model to our younger attackers as well. That could work too. Tell you what. I'm gonna put a poll. I'll put a little poll in the comments. Let me see what you man are saying. Neymar to Chelsea. Yes or no? Let me know what you man are saying. The poll is live. The poll is now live. So let me know what you guys are saying. We've got over 400. Are you lot in here? Big up the guys. Let's try and get to 100 likes before I send the link out to the panel. What else? Mudryk is 1 game away from 007. Oh, boy. The dreaded 007. Oh, no. Hey, Southampton is next, though. Southampton is next. He should be scoring in that one. Is he really 1 game away, though? He hasn't had 7 appearances for us already. No chance. No chance has he played 7 games for us. That must be awful. Liverpool, Fulham, West Ham, Dortmund. It's 4 games. It's 4 games. What are you talking about, bro? He's got another 3 left. He gave me a heart attack. Right, we got a couple super chats I need to get to. Again, if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, hit that super chat. Cool. What's everyone saying? Neymar is 3 potential youngsters' wages, not worth it. That financial issue is one for the board to sort out. My bigger issues are on the pitch. And I just think we're focusing on trying to have a young squad. And we're trying to build them into a super team. Doesn't really make sense. DK says Silva likes to post about Neymar to Chelsea agent. Big up Thiago Silva, Chelsea legend, as per usual. Big up Scotty as well, saying big up from San Diego, California. Big up my guy. Good dank over there. Love it. Love California. Could Neymar teach our players how to finally put the ball in the back of the net? We need experienced players. A bit of experience wouldn't be bad. But to be fair, like, Sterling is meant to bring that experience side into it. Now, I'm not trying to compare Sterling to Neymar. Before you start ripping me in the comments, I'm not trying to do that, but I'm saying he's the one that you want to look for the experience. Like, on the pitch, we already know the ability of Neymar. Don't even need to get into it. My biggest question is just more the age and everything. My vote, pass on Neymar. 550k a week for a 31 Brazilian slow diving injury prone winger. Raw, bro, man, fully went in on him and everything. What else? Who's worse, Mount or Havertz? As bad as each other. Yeah, it's 4 games. It's 4 games. I'm so confused. Anything else anybody's saying? We don't need Neymar. He doesn't fit the strategy that we're going after building. That's my thing. We don't really need him, but if you want to bring him in, it's whatever. You lot can handle that. A striker's coming anyway. A striker is coming. There was a couple of reports from Pies that I'm going to bring up. And we can get into this as well. I'm thinking we're just going to leave the whole preview until I send the panel in. There's a lot of transfer news to get into already. Chelsea see Nkunku to play behind the striker. They are also very happy with Felix. Internally, they know they need a traditional number 9. Chelsea and Felix will decide in April or May. Felix wants guarantees he will be a starter. I don't think Felix needs any guarantees. Just look at him on the pitch. That brother's good enough to start. Good enough to start. Nkunku, he'll have to compete with him, or he could potentially play up top if we don't get a number 9. But it is music to my ears because I see this and it's like, cool. All my raging, all my criticism of Mount and Havertz, I won't have to worry about them next season, and neither will you. Neither will you guys in the comments. We don't have to worry about fucking Mason Mount and his awful connection between the midfield and the attack. We won't have to worry about the meaty German, Kai Havertz, because he won't be starting. We are moving up and we will be in a better place next season. And that is what gives me bliss. That's why for this season, I've been saying, give me my 9 points, get me to 40, and I don't give a fuck past then. I don't care. I couldn't care less. Because next season, we're going to be doing bits. Whether Potter's in charge or whoever's in charge, I know we're going to be in a good position. Justice says, why would we want a player that has 31 goals and assists in 28 games this year? That's awful. Again, I'm not questioning his ability on the pitch. I'm questioning like the direction that we're going and whether it makes sense. But that's why it's a good discussion, because there's what Neymar brings onto the pitch, and then there's also the squad too. What do you prefer? We'll talk about it when I send the link out to. We'll talk about it because I already know what your stance is going to be too. But big up yourself, Justice, my G. Football Skiller says we need players in prime to develop the youngsters. That's a fair point. Couple more super chats. All right, cool. What else? DK says Neymar 60 million euros is a bargain. I don't care what anyone says. Is it 60 million? I mean, for that amount, that's not even that bad, you know. That's not even that bad. I thought it would have been more. Neymar's vibes and sponsors and shirt sales. No, he's a good player too. Let's not even sugarcoat it. He's a fucking baller. He'd come in and probably be our best attacker. Like that. That's why I'm saying, like, it's confusing with what we're meant to be doing, but if they want to make Neymar the anomaly, fine. Hands up. I'm cool with it. Hughes says, oh, that name is funny, bruv. You try to catch me out. When some more of the new guys score their first goals, the confidence will finally be seen. Hell, with the likes of João Felix, I can see the confidence already. Like, awful finishing in the Dortmund game aside, he was still our best attacker by an absolute mile. That's why I weren't even on to Felix that much. It was like, fucking hell, can you finish? But when you see him on the ball, the way he takes on players, his decision-making, the close control, baller. You don't even have to question that boy's ability. Mikel, I don't know. If appreciate you anyway, my guy, saying if Fofana starts tomorrow, you'll score 100%. They'll have a better chance of scoring than the meaty German. But I agree. Do we really want a player whose ego is bigger than the club? I'm not too fussed, really. We've had worse egos. We've had worse egos. What else? Have a mountain. Have us, bro. Don't you worry, my friends. Don't you worry. The day we get that, here we go. I will be here no matter what. No matter what. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Big up Mark Osgood with the donation as well. Yeah, damn right. Bin the silkiness. Bin the silkiness. You make exceptions for one. See, I get it. I get both sides of it. I see you man's side. I see the side of the people who are saying no to. I'm genuinely not fussed what happens with Neymar. If we bring him in, excellent. If we don't bring him in, aight, we move. But I think we'll be fine in the long term regardless. What is the poll saying anyway? 53% say no. It's tight. It's very tight. Pause. It is tight. 31 goals. We can't do that though, because I can't lie. Players in the French league translate very well into the Premier League most of the time. So you can say what you want. The numbers in the French league are good. And I do believe you could do the same thing in England. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all if they go in for Neymar. Low-key warming to it a little bit more as well. I'm with the 9-point plan. That's priority. We have about 15, 16 games to play, so we got to see something heading in a positive direction. Exactly. Like, I think there's been negatives that I've seen since the end of the window that Potter needs to try and fix up. But I also see that we've got about 3 clean sheets in our last 5 games. We're looking a bit more solid defensively. We were making chances in the Dortmund game. There are little aspects that you see improvements in, but for every improvement, there is something that we're not doing right. And yeah, it's a case of I need to see a bit more of everything going in the right direction. But that does still take time too. Southampton, though, no excuse. Win. Fucking win that game. I don't even... No ifs, no buts, no maybes. Go and win that game. Simple as. If you gas Zorro and Rimjob but say no to Neymar, seek Ro. I mean, you ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Opera and Ziyech smiling and training after getting done dirty. Potterman management is incredible. Apparently, Opera isn't being an issue in the dressing room either, which makes it even more confusing that he got taken out of the squad. I don't get that. I don't get that. Neymar won't pull that shit with Thiago around. Did he have any issues at PSG when Silva was around? Someone let me know. Because I'm not really too knowledgeable on all the behind-the-scenes stuff with Neymar. All I know is always used to disappear to Brazil sometime between February and March, allegedly. But that's about it. Neymar comes, means that... Bring him in! Bring him in immediately. Bring him in. I will pay for the Eurostar right now. That's to be done. That's to be done. Madridista say wish Neymar comes to Madrid before going to Barca. I wish he came to Chelsea before going to Barca, but Ace, I think something got in the way. No, he just preferred to go Barca. Ben Cassell's saying another Champions League or Mount stays and starts. I mean, it would be another Champions League, innit? Who's saying no to that? I would say the Champions League. Neymar on the Tuchel, I will do anything for that man. Neymar off the potty, I would kill myself. Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, would you bin Mbappe's... Because he's in France? Oh, goals. You must mean goals. But no, so I'm certainly not... Exactly. Completely agree with you, Josh. Completely agree. Oh, you're talking best friends. Okay, then. Yeah, fine. Perfect. All right, cool. I think that's everything. What else there was? Mason Mount. We'll talk about Mason Mount quickly because allegedly he's got interest from United, Liverpool, and Man City, which means the summer will be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me find it quickly. That was the article. Just bear with me for a quick sec, guys. Calm. Oh, we got another super chat too. I'll get to that in a sec. We got 500 of you man in here as well. Big up, big up. Hit the likes. Hit the likes, my guys. Cool. Big up Shard saying our next purchase needs to be a finishing coach. I need to see training sessions with these guys shooting amidst MMA kicks and punches. Hashtag composure. Hell, maybe a finishing coach would be good. Do we even have a finishing coach? I don't even know. Hell, our next purchase just needs to be a finisher. And speaking of finisher, no ifs, no buts, Oba needs to start. Oba or Fofana. None of this fucking Havertz bullshit up top or in the 10 or in the 8. He needs to be in his natural position on the bench. Simple as. Kai Havertz's natural position is on the bench. Put that bum there. Has to start. But yeah, on to Mount. Liverpool, City and United are monitoring Mount's contract situation at Chelsea. Sources suggest there's been little progress over an extension in recent months, with one of the stumbling blocks being Mason Mount's reluctance to commit to the type of long-term deal which has become increasingly commonplace under the new ownership. Still doesn't sound very good on the Mason Mount contract front for Mason Mount fans. For Chelsea fans, not so much. Pies has also put this up from Fabrizio, saying conversations are ongoing for Mount. Nothing is agreed or close. Mount decided to change his agent over the last few months to his dad, who is dealing with everything. This is why it's going slow over the last few months. I can't lie. Having his dad take over negotiations doesn't really sound the best. Maybe I just don't really know that much in terms of the financial side of things, but I don't really get that. Don't really get that. Big up CFC Dennis, newest member. Big up my guy. I do still need to sort out FIFA streams as well. Once I do, we're going to be doing me versus members and everything. And I'll look forward to that. That'll be good. That'll be really good. Bowley been watching these 3-hour slander sessions from my idol, and he finally got the message. Todd Bowley, if you're watching, big up my guy. Big up my guy. Keep doing your thing and sell Mount and Havertz. Sell Mount and Havertz, my guy. Chelsea need to be careful about Mount. Don't let Mount's bad form. This isn't form, though, my friend. Form is over a run of games. Mason Mount has been crap all season. That is not form. That is the standard. And I need to say this as well, because not enough people get it. There is a difference between form and level. Form is the level of play that you're showing over a small period, over a couple of games. The level is the level that you're playing at for the majority. And for the majority, Mount has not been good enough. So this isn't bad form with Mason Mount. This is just Mount's level. Mount has been shit. It's as simple as that. Because if it was form, he would be very inconsistent at the worst. Mason Mount has, I could count on one hand all the good games Mount has had this season. There's been Wolves at home. There's been AC Milan away. There's been Bournemouth at home. I think Spurs at home, he wasn't bad. There you go. 4 games. I was gonna say Zagreb at home because he won man of the match, but even Mount said he had no idea how he won that. So you got 4 games. 4 games. Lewis, I sent you a DM and challenged you to a debate. That's nice speak for drop the link, you fraud. No worries, brother. No worries. Give me a little set. Let me see if there's any more super chat. I said it's you're taking a piss. Taking the piss. What else? Well, form is temporary, trash is permanent. That's the thing. Mount has been trash. That is the permanent. That is the level that he is at. Let's not forget how much of a goal threat he was. What? When has he ever been our top goal scorer? When has he ever been our top goal scorer? I know he had the most G&A last season, but again, it doesn't even say anything. Even him being our top goal scorer, if he has been, doesn't change a thing. Our top goal scorers in the league over the last 3 seasons and this season is Havertz, Lukaku, fucking Jorginho, and Tammy Abraham. Being the top goal scorer for Chelsea is no flex. It's not a flex at all. Oh, Villa. Okay, we got 5. Villa. We got 5. Completely forgot about the Villa game. Fair play. So we got 5 games. And you know what's the funniest thing? No one said another game. Everyone else in the comment section has just said Villa. So you've got 5 games. But I'm meant to believe Mason Mount is in bad form. No. Mason Mount's level is bad. When Mason Mount has a good game, you'll say it's good form. Because again, form is temporary, class is permanent. My brother ain't showing no class. It's as simple as that. I'd rather you keep Minerals. He's proper Chelsea. He doesn't bleed red, he bleeds blue. Johnny Minerals is proper Chelsea. Fair enough. Big up to Johnny, as always. Mount is not, because he could easily sign a 1-year extension and prove himself. Mount is not proper Chelsea the way he's moving with this contract, personally. But we move. Lewis, is finally time to admit that some Brazilian restaurant owner is... Oh, William. Yeah, William, man. With the drop-off that we have had over the last 3 years with our attackers, William, please come back. Just for a year. Protect us. The fact that our attackers have me even saying that is a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. It's on them. Norwich, that was last season, my friend. That was last season. AC Milan, I said AC Milan. AC Milan away was one of them. Lewis, you know what I'm... Yeah, I know what you mean. You can look forward to Mason Mount in the summer, my friend. You can look forward to him in the summer, bro. Was there any other transfer news? I did actually know Zakaria. I saw from Juventus, who reported it. Nizar saying Juve have decided to sell Dennis Zakaria at the end of his loan spell at Chelsea. Offer the 25 to 30 million that he was originally put at. Bring him in. At the worst, Zakaria is good depth. At the worst. But if they want to get rid of him, that probably means we could get him a bit cheaper. And I'm all for it. Like, I haven't seen enough of him to make a complete judgment call on the player yet. But I've seen enough of him to think this guy ain't shit. I don't know whether he can start for us week in and week out, but I think he's a good player to have in the squad. So I'd keep Dennis Zakaria. I'd keep him here. The man said, yeah, bro, this is what my club's got me to, a Willian apology stream. We are fucked. Wi-Fi's going mad. Can you guys, am I all good? Let me know. Is the camera fucking up? Is my audio fucking up? Let me know, people. Let me know. I think that was all anyway, though. That was all. Let me just check. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. All good. Perfect. All right, cool. Link is going out. We'll see what everybody's saying. I want to see what this debate just wanted as well. Oh, that's the Reece James one. That was the Reece James talk. All right, cool. While I'm doing this as well, guys, you already know what to do. Hit the likes. If you want to guarantee I don't miss your comment, drop a little super chat. And yeah, panel will be here in just a minute, people. Just a minute. Cool. Link has been sent out, and yeah, let's see what everyone's saying. Yes, my guys. Yes, people. What's everybody saying?
Who's ready
I ain't
for
seen
Neymar?
anything. You didn't read the did you read the tweet that I DM'd you about Reece James?
Reece James, groomed for a leadership role, could be our potential future captain.
Yeah. That's the right choice, by the way. It's not that
Completely.
idiot that wears 19.
Completely agree with you. That's the best news I've seen today, personally.
Yeah.
Because
What
I
about
was sure
Neymar?
if they kept him out, they would give it to him.
You're not happy about Neymar?
Vice captain, Rodrigo.
I'm ecstatic about Neymar. I mean,
Same.
for us, the position we're in, the amount of goals we've scored over the last 3 years, which are actually very, very low, we're going to turn down somebody who has that all day long in his locker. Yeah, he might be a pain in the ass. But the other thing he will do is allow us to charge more for a shirt sponsor if you put Neymar in. And if you don't think that's worth anything, okay, that's fine. Well, it's just money into the club every year that you can buy players with.
And
he's a marquee star.
And we get a set piece specialist as well. Free kicks, penalties. It's really good.
And, it's not like the dude's been just coasting in the French league. So are those hard games he plays over there? Not really. So, like I said, you have Thiago Silva here, and if not, you put Bill Silva on him, man. You just give him the look. Give him the look for about a half hour, he'll be straight. So, yeah, I think
it makes total sense. It doesn't really matter in terms of who else we've already signed or anything. Just bring him in general.
Well, if you bring him in, then you've got Mudryk, Neymar, João Felix, and Nkunku, Madueke.
Where's Neymar playing? Where is Neymar playing?
Joe.
Wherever he wants to.
Really, Jester?
He can help the young guys develop too. I mean, like, it's a world-class player. All these young guys that are in the team can learn off of him.
That's cap.
No.
So how old is Neymar?
31.
31.
All right, cool.
So
he's probably got like another 2-3 years in him, to be honest.
Yeah, where does Ziyech play?
60 minutes.
Well, Ziyech going to be playing in PSG.
Wherever he wants, Josh.
He can play in that position.
He might go the other way,
Yeah,
I know it's bro. I got a smoke on you, bro. Watch out when I see you on Saturday after the game, bro. Me and you're gonna have some issues.
I know you won't be saying anything unless Ziyech
Drops
a 10 out of 10. So it's
Ziyech is garbage, by the way.
Well, you're garbage. How about that?
Okay, well, it's mind over matter. In my mind, you don't matter. So it doesn't matter.
Scott, back me up, Scott. Don't think I didn't hear you, Scott. Hey, yo, Scott.
Lord.
Speak up.
Ziyech is garbage.
No,
that's why they want to move him. Really, all he has is
he played.
All he had.
No, do you know what it is with Ziyech? I feel like
Dortmund.
Yes,
he talking about?
That guy plays for himself. Ziyech plays for himself. I'll be honest.
He played well. Like, regardless of how he is, he played well.
He plays for himself.
He's underperforming this, that, and the other. Against Dortmund, he played well.
First half, he looked at
hold that, Lewis. Hold that.
Second
he played well. That's a re-endorsement right there.
Well, give him his credit.
All he can do is come in on his left foot and
well, it's not my problem.
To the back post, and it don't come off at half the time.
Yeah, I can't lie.
You had to make a run. We would be scoring.
The cross is so predictable now, man. When you see Ziyech, the cross, you know it's already covered. It's just like it's one trick pony.
Does that mean it doesn't work?
One trick pony.
Work.
It hasn't been working for a while.
Someone's a one trick pony.
Has it worked for 2 years?
For a while.
Yeah, because people don't know how to make the runs. That's why you got.
Less of that. Less of that.
It's not less of that. It's Kai Havertz up
Less
front.
of that. It's got to be accurate too, and usually it isn't.
It is accurate. It's always on right.
No, it isn't. Stop. Always. You're acting like he's perfect or something.
Yeah, tell him just
perfect.
No.
Okay, well, again, stupid is as stupid does.
Hey, Lewis, quick one. Where are you going to be tomorrow? What stand are you in?
I'm Matthew Harding, bro.
Matthew Harding? I'm in the West End still. I want to be there 2:30.
No worries, bro. I'll give you a shout. I should be there around.
We can't see Havertz tomorrow. Please.
For
the love of God.
For the love of God.
No. Listen. It's not even about.
Wait.
No, it's not even about. It's not even about because of his performance. He has to be benched because he has a lot of games to play. He has to be rested.
No, it's because of his
regardless.
performances.
Yeah,
I
but
don't give a
also
shit
about
if
the
he needs to be
No,
performance.
no, no. I'm
Rodrigo.
saying he has to be rested. Regardless of anything, he has to be because he's the only striker like we kept in the Champions League squad. So what if
Good.
he get injured now?
Just play him in the Champions League then. Don't play
No,
him anytime
no. Oh
else.
my God! You
If
see
he gets
what I'm
injured,
saying?
it'll be advantage Chelsea.
I'm
personally.
saying he because he's the only striker we kept in the Champions League squad. He's played a lot of games since the turn of the year. He has to be rested, benched, whatever. He can't play this game.
But that's not the reason he should be benched. He should be benched because he's playing like shit.
He's
I
not
don't care if he needs to rest. I mean, let's be real. I don't bench him for playing bad. Bench him because he needs a rest. Well, he can rest someplace else. Go to a motel. Don't even be in the fucking stadium.
Well, not
I
even a
tried to
hotel.
spin that into like, oh, he just needs rest. No, you
Who
need
is-
to fucking bench
who
him
is
and
that
don't
an
ever
impression
start
of?
him for the next month.
That is just a
That was a
random impression.
Not even a
proper
hotel. Motel.
Motel.
Could even
I
get
ain't the
hotel.
hotel. He ain't worth a hotel. Motel is
Motel.
you have to enter your room from the outside. It's not inside the building.
Big up
That's so
President
tight.
Jabbar saying Emre Can used to get bullied by Costa, but is a top player now against our squad. Yeah, because we had Diego Costa up top. Now we have Havertz up top. You've gone from a fucking strength demon to a little bitch.
He's not a top,
Simple
he's not
as.
a top
Big
player
up
now.
Adrian saying reports are coming out that Zidane is staying. It's time to find a new project.
Stop.
I wonder if he'd fit in at Chelsea. He has a winning mentality. Zidane to
I know.
Chelsea?
Zidane is just Potter.
Yeah, I think it's another name, to be honest. Just the name you're paying for with that one. I'm not too sure about Zidane, I'll be honest.
When are
I
people
don't-
Tell me
going to
when
realise
he. Yeah,
Potter ain't getting
I'm
sacked
sorry.
anytime soon? Like,
Thanks.
the earliest he's
We have
getting
this
sacked-
conversation every day. Nothing will change.
Yeah, let Josh let
Yeah.
Scott. Let's
Let's
Scott.
finish.
the earliest he's getting sacked is the end of the season. Like,
This
that's the
season?
earliest he's getting sacked. Yes, the
Yeah,
earliest
yeah,
he's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
sacked is the end of this season. And even
What if-
now, I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
What if
Like,
we lose
I've
our
said
next
before, the
5,
earliest
Scott?
I think he gets sacked is before January. That's the earliest I think he gets sacked, realistically speaking.
Well, now
If he gets sacked, he's getting 50 million in his account there, boy. He's
You don't
smiling
know that.
regardless.
I love how people look. They've negotiated a contract. You don't know all the details of a contract they negotiated. It's never all put out there, so you don't know if there's a buyout clause in this contract.
For performance.
They can still negotiate a buyout too. If
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
could
which I think is what they
I
did
think-
with
I think
which
the
is what
early-
happened with Conte at the end of the day.
I think
Yeah,
the earliest
look.
he gets sacked is probably before Christmas. They're going to give him a preseason.
No,
What
the
if we
earliest he
lose
gets
our next
sacked.
They're going
5?
to give him a preseason. They
No,
have to.
the earliest he gets sacked is when the owners decide enough is enough.
Enough is enough. My boy.
That's when he gets sacked. So that could be tomorrow. That could be next week. That could be in 2 years. As soon as they've had enough of the way the team is playing with Potter guiding the ship, gone.
The only
That's the
good
correct
thing I could
answer.
say is that in 2 years, what players do we really lose? We don't lose a lot of players. Maybe the fringe ones, that's about it. But the main ones that we bought
Look,
from the last 2 years, they're
look.
still there. They progress, and it's not much changing.
This is the debate. Do you believe that Graham Potter can win Chelsea Football Club the Premier League or the Champions League?
Yes.
It'll take about 3 years, 2-3 years.
No, we
In
have
my
3
opinion.
windows. We're not doing a 3-year rebuild. We're doing a 3-window rebuild.
No, you won't.
The rebuild will be complete this summer.
Yeah.
You will never win.
Then-
that second.
Okay.
Then you need the team to stay together some time, build up some chemistry,
Yeah,
and then challenge the
that's
next
called
season.
summer. That's
I don't
called
think
summer.
I don't think that all happens in a pre-season though,
Sure it does.
because then you're gonna have to play it into a match perspective as well. Give it some time as well. I don't know. We all throw around to give it some time, but it's realistic, man.
No, I just want to know if you see Graham Potter winning the Champions League or the Premier League with Chelsea Football Club.
Yes.
There's not enough backing behind it. There's not enough.
Okay,
Why not?
this is
Not
a
enough
yes or no. This is a
That's
yes
it.
or no answer. There's
Yes.
not debate. There's not.
Yes.
He says yes, so at least we know he's
Daniel
Potter in.
Bryan.
I don't know.
Who else says that they see Potter winning the Champions League or the Premier League with Chelsea Football Club, regardless of what's going on right now?
In what's the time scale? What's the time
I
scale?
was going to say
Oh, for fuck's sake, man, that is
There is
definitely
no
not
time scale. That's what I'm
I was
saying.
gonna say,
You see,
using your same logic a moment ago, by the way, is the rebuild is however long the owners think the rebuild lasts. So rebuild isn't
Correct.
necessarily a 3-window rebuild. It's however long the
Exactly.
owners think the rebuild is going to last. So in their mind, it may last 2 seasons, whereas in your mind, you think it's 3 windows. Same way I said that I think Potter gets sacked at the end of the season at the earliest, and in your mind, it's whenever the owners want to sack him. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. You can't just throw things out here with no context and go, "Oh, this is going to happen," or "Is this going to happen?" Bro, it's back.
You can put whatever context behind it you want. I don't care. You can say we buy all the greatest players in the world in one window. Whatever you want to do. Do you see, whatever circumstances, Graham Potter winning the Premier League or the Champions League with Chelsea Football Club?
Yeah,
That's the question.
Chester, even I don't think so, but I don't.
So
think,
okay,
I
why
don't think
have him
it's
at
that
coach?
simple. No, exactly.
No, it is that simple.
It is
If you
not
don't
that
see him,
simple because we don't have a Roman
Again,
in
your
charge
view
who
of
just
black and
bring-
white worked really well in the summer, didn't it? When you said that Frankie de Jong definitely had to leave or definitely had to take a wage cut.
okay.
Because your black and white view of looking at
I
football
won the
is not
debate
how-
because you're
the
bringing
black-
up
no,
shit
you
that we don't even talking about.
Your
No,
black and white view
hold up,
of looking
hold
at
up,
football
let me-
isn't
hold up,
right, never has been right. Football is not black and white, never has been, never will be. But you just
Chester,
view the
you
word
could-
in black and white because that's you.
You can
I
make that
won.
argument that he's supposed to be here to win right now if our owner was Roman, but things have changed, haven't they?
Well,
It's
they
not
sacked
even what I asked.
Tuchel
That's
like
not no,
they
stop,
sacked Tuchel
Moyo,
like
that's
3
not his
weeks into the
question.
season.
Yeah,
That's not his
we know
question.
that's
And
not
do you know why they sacked
we
Tuchel?
know that's not why, Josh.
Well,
I don't
do
know why
you
we're
know
still
why they
bringing
sacked
this up.
Tuchel?
We don't know anything for a fact, but it's
I'm
clear.
going off
with the
He's
Coco.
Tuchel's
Lewis,
Well, here's my
since-
question.
since-
Like, no, this is my
Tuchel-
question to Scott. Like,
Okay,
if you
Potter,
think they're going to give him to like a minimum of the, what if we don't win in one of our next 5? You think that'll be acceptable to
No.
them?
No,
Okay.
it's
Yes.
Well,
not acceptable.
all right. Well, then,
I
then he might not make it to the end of the season.
I know is I don't think he goes regardless unless we have a view of getting relegated, which we don't. Like you can say how bad our winning run is, you can say how many points are off the bottom 3. We're not getting relegated. Like it's not happening. As long as we don't get relegated, they're not sacking him.
They asked Potter himself, "Hey, do you think that you're safe? You've been given assurances by the owners that no matter what, you're safe." He didn't sound like that conversation
Do you think he would
happened.
say yes? Do you think that he would say yes? What would that look like for the club, for the coach himself?
I think if he knew he was safe, his answer would have been different. Then ask them because they're the ones with the expectation here. I just don't think I think if you're expecting them to just let a run of form go through the end of the season where we're not getting wins, when we should be getting wins, it's unrealistic.
Yeah, because all you're doing is building negatives in the dressing room.
He doesn't.
You have to remember as well.
Hold up, he doesn't act like a manager who's under pressure.
He doesn't act like a manager. Period.
He doesn't act like a manager who's under pressure. So I'm saying maybe
dude ain't got no balls.
take that into account as well. I think he understands the time he has. I don't think he would have taken the job if he felt he would have been fired because after his first 6 months, the results aren't going the way that he's supposed to.
Moyo, I think he would have taken the job because they're paying him £10 million a year.
Right, 12 million a year. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a freaking college professor. He's not a coach.
Yeah. Well, you just have to
seriously put a tweed jacket on him with a turtleneck, put some patches on his elbows, give him a pipe. He's a college professor.
You got to remember, this is a whole new ownership as well, man. We can't control. We can't. This is a new ride. You can't go and say from a Roman Abramovich time, put us high and fight and all of that stuff.
I think these people are crazy than Abramovich.
They've already fired a manager.
Yeah,
like for whatever reason it was, they fired a guy. Like, listen, you can work around a folk problem. Like,
you're conveniently ignoring the fact that when new people come in, they make new changes that fit what they want in charge.
Yeah, I think.
But that was never. That was never ever the signal in the summer that there was anybody other than Tuchel. They were talking about extending him, that they were going to go with. So, like, to think like, oh yeah, they only sacked him because they had Graham Potter and the vision of Graham Potter in mind.
Okay,
like
so
there's
Josh,
zero evidence to show.
I think you're limiting these owners' ambition. These owners have shown
I think
they're very ambitious.
I mean, their wallets have shown opposite of that.
Ambition doesn't equate impatience. I think they have an idea of what it's going to take to get this team where it needs to be. I don't even think they see Potter's the guy who's going to win the most Champions Leagues, but they need some stability for the time being. They need to build something, and Potter has shown that he can do that. He hasn't shown he can win. He might be able to win, and that would be even better if he can win at the end of it. But at the very least, he seems to fit a profile of someone they need to build something that they think this team needs to build for the time being.
Well,
and they know it takes time. And they know it takes time.
I guarantee this ownership did not bring Graham Potter in to be the middleman between the old manager and the one that will eventually win. They brought him in to win with Chelsea Football Club.
Okay, but to win when? This season, next season? Not necessarily, right? I mean, we don't know that for a fact, but do you think they expect any manager to win right now?
Definitely not.
It seems to me like they understand that this team needs a lot of work.
I mean, do you think they would have invested that kind of money and not expect to win right now? Like,
well, I don't know.
They almost turned over the entire 11 with new players, and you don't think they're like expecting to be better?
Then they're wasting their money because you don't spend money like that.
Moyo, they've already wasted their money because they're trying to fix the mistakes they made in the summer when they followed what Tuchel wanted. They're trying to get rid of the likes of Aubameyang and all that.
With businesses, before it starts, you have to slightly take an L before things start going forward. So obviously you're going to make mistakes in the beginning, and then it starts.
And Josh, hold on, Josh.
All these people have, I guess, run businesses before.
They fired Tuchel so early after he came.
I operate a law firm, by the way.
If you think it's based on Tuchel's results, and look, his results weren't good enough, they fired him. Why wouldn't they do the same?
That's not why they fired him.
Would you say? Well, that's what Josh was implying, and I'm asking.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I'm just implying I don't know the exact answer, the reason to why they fired him. They could have used results as a reason at that time if they wanted to, because they weren't up to snuff.
And that was my point. I don't think it was results based. I just don't think he fit what they wanted moving forward.
No,
there were also rumors about sniff. I'm not going to throw that in there like it's a fact, but there are rumors there too that kind of forced their hand. There are different things, but I don't think it was just the results, because Tuchel's results aren't as bad as Potter's results right now, and he's still here. So to imply that they fired Tuchel because look, the results weren't good enough. I mean, Potter would have been gone a long time ago.
No, there was other stuff that he was fired for.
And
do I know what they were for an absolute fact? No.
Right.
But the scuttlebutt is he was fired for cause and not about winning on the field. So it is what it is. But again, I've had one person answer. I know what Josh's answer. He's Potter out. I don't know about Lewis yet because he has to maintain a channel. I know that when there's you're sitting right on this fence. You know that shit hurts your ass, right? Because that shit's pointy.
Yeah. Lewis,
if you don't stay there long, bro,
would you say
you might marry it?
We'll see tomorrow, innit? We'll see
tomorrow. Don't stay there if the hand expands, Lewis.
Lewis, would you say you are more Potter out then? No,
I'm not more Potter out.
Yes, he is. If you're on the fence, you're at least some out.
I'm not. There's some I can see the arguments. That's the thing. I'm not ignoring it.
This is a Christian show. Stop it.
Basically, my stuff.
Louis out.
What about you? Play it down the middle.
Andrew, what about you?
His laptop's Lewis out.
Yeah, Andrew, what about you?
Andrew is Potter in.
I don't give a fuck anymore, really. If he loses tomorrow, then...
He's losing the steam, man. Potter out is winning.
What I will say is, though, I'm not even really that bothered whether it's Potter in charge or whoever. I have pretty strong confidence in the owners. They made mistakes in the summer, and I think I've seen some improvement. And I feel like
they didn't make mistakes in the summer.
Wait, sorry. When you say improvement, why are we
looking? Why are we doing revisionist history? They fought for the coach they had. The coach made a mistake behind the scenes and had to be terminated.
Yeah, but just
how is that a mistake?
No, just the way we can agree that I think where they've done a mistake is in terms. Let's go. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Listen, one at a time. Where they made the mistake, I think, was in terms of they didn't bring in the real people to, like, the people that knew what they were doing in terms of signing players, what players to get for what manager. Bowley went on and basically said, no, I want this, that, when he's got no clue compared to what Viveld knows, to what Tuchel knows, even Potter. That's why he done a mistake. He got rid of Marina and Czech should have stayed. Like or not, they should have stayed until Viveld came, or to what all these directors that are coming now, sporting directors. That's where the mistake is.
Revisionist history. They had to get rid of Marina because she wanted Lukaku to stay on his team. She was the one that that got herself terminated.
I'm sure she left for more than just Lukaku. I'm sure she left just more than there's more reasons to it.
She didn't. I'm guessing she really didn't want to be here after Roman left. Was the biggest reason.
Yeah, didn't her and Czech quit? Her and Czech quit.
I was going to say,
yeah,
her and Czech leaving had nothing to do with Bowley or anything. They both asked them to stay, and then they left.
Exactly.
Right. And we had no director of football or technical directors in the summer. They basically asked Tuchel like, who are some players we can look at to try to buy? They wanted to work with him just to try to bridge the gap until they could get guys like Vavel in. And so that's why the majority of the signings in the summer were guys that Tuchel recommended or gave him a name of somebody he would like. That's why all those guys are different than obviously once Vavel comes in, you start to identify different players and people that fit what the direction is in the future. But I mean,
I was going to say, regardless of that though, most of the signings they made were a mistake. Have turned out to be mistakes. Yep. Especially considering who we then bought since in
right. Well, because those guys were bought also, Scott, right, to fit a certain system too, potentially, right? A different system.
What players talking about as well, by the way?
Regardless of that, I think the point still stands that they were mistakes. They made mistakes.
Hindsight's 2020.
Right. In hindsight,
I don't
even think it's about the players' performance.
One thing you're forgetting is the time we enter the market. That's a crucial thing. You know, right now we might be talking to some players that we don't know, like the agent feeling. We weren't allowed to do that. We were in overdrive mode.
No, that's cool, Rodrigo. But guess what? It's some of the players that we were going to go for and we were interested in, who would be an improvement on who we signed. We decided not to go for other players who have turned out to be a mistake. So, as I said, regardless of the circumstances around it, the summer window in terms of transfers was a mistake, which they are doing their best and fairly successfully rectifying. But you cannot argue that what they did in the summer from a transfer perspective was a mistake. Regardless of reasons or whatever behind it was a mistake.
Who do you think, Scott? Who do you think was a mistake, Scott?
Basically, everyone we bought, bar maybe Sterling, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's fact. None of them made sense.
What do you mean none of them made sense?
None of them.
Fucking bullshit, man. Stop. We needed two center backs in. Did we bring two center backs in? We needed two center backs. We brought two center backs in.
It's not about the positions, it's about the players, you fucking idiot. As we saw now, we went and signed a 30 million centre back from Ligue 1, who's come in and has straight away adapted, settled, looks to be an improvement on the team. It's not the positions, it's the players.
Yeah, Tuchel wasn't out scouting like U20 players for the summer. It's not like he was scouting guys like Badiashile. He was looking at established guys' names and that he knew were good players. Badiashile is a direct result of having bringing in guys who were scouting other players.
Sorry, Josh, to add to that, that's because we didn't have enough time to do all that scouting. We just we had to go in the market.
Well, we fired the scouting department a month into the job as well too. So
yeah,
it's funny, right? But I don't think the profile. Koulibaly, Sterling, Aubameyang, all these names were good names, good big players, and all of a sudden we had a.
Well, those are established names. Those are the kind of names somebody like Tuchel is going to give. He's not going to go say hey, I saw this one 18-year-old in the Bundesliga. Go get him. It's he's going to give you established names of guys that he's either coached against or coached previously. Those are the kinds of names you're going to get if you ask a manager, who do you want to buy? It's not going to be there's this cool 17-year-old at Inter Milan that I would love to coach. He doesn't know that.
I feel like what they've probably done is worked on the present and the future in two windows, and that's what we've got right now. They've done the immediate effect for that time, and now we've got the future, and then we're just going to keep going from the future from there. But they're going to probably get a lot of youngsters in and maybe some immediate people right now. It's all a work in progress, man.
Semantics, and it's not a mistake, but they did things that weren't ideal in the summer, and now they're rectifying.
How about it's just as simple? We brought the infrastructure in, and the strategy's changed. It's just that.
With the team we have right now, would you be happy to say that the players that we have, would you be happy to have them for the next 3-5 years? 3 to 5 years.
Most of the starting 11, yes.
Yes.
We all would be.
As long as it doesn't Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Trevor Chalobah.
You need to be offensive there, Andrew.
But the reinforcements that we have for them positions, I think they're great. They're going to be good. The next 5 years, these players, technically what they have right now, I feel we can be satisfied with that. And then they'll build from this team moving forward. And what was the label of their project? Was it Project 2030?
No.
What is this, Saudi Arabia?
I don't know.
What the hell is wrong with people around here?
Is that not what it's called?
No, project. That's for Saudi Arabia, bro.
I think they call it Project One Day.
I don't know if that's Chelsea or if that's something else. Like
that's
I've heard
Saudi,
that.
It was just a question. It was just a question. It was just a
Chelsea Vision 2020. There was a Chelsea Vision 2020.
That's Saudi Arabia, man.
Like two world-class players in each position by then.
Yeah, Project bro. I need my playing career mode, man.
I think also I think the problem is as well is what we're trying to work out. I think they've got a lot of different projects, like mini projects in mind. So I think as an end point of what they want the club, that probably isn't going to be around for at least a couple of seasons. But that's because that's also going to include things like the stuff to do with like the teams elsewhere, like similar to like the City Football Group or the Red Bull Group have. But like as I said, that's going to be a whole big thing, and that's not going to be done in like 1 or 2 years. But it's like from an on-pitch perspective and a like finishing point in the table, that's a lot of a smaller timescale, I think. So
you're talking about like almost like corporation style stuff, Scott. Yeah, we'll definitely
I'm looking at
that stuff is built over years, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it almost like a macro level, and then but we could be talking about something that they see it on a micro level. So it's like
we only talk
but
about
the first team has to win. Like that's still the ultimate. Like, I mean, they've got to get results still for the whole thing to work.
100%. They still got to get results, and that's the thing. Like, regardless of anything, just talking about the game tomorrow, regardless of form, players, like anything, that game tomorrow needs to be a comfortable win, no matter what. Form doesn't matter. Like the strength of who we have playing doesn't matter. Whether we play Mount, Gallagher, and Loftus-Cheek as our midfield, or we play a midfield two with Zakaria and.
No, you can't say that.
Let me finish my point before you interrupt and make your dumbass faces. Regardless of the midfield, regardless of who plays, we should be winning that game comfortably, because it's the team that's bottom of the table. They've got like 12 points, I think, or something like that. They have no manager. Half their team is championship level at best. Like, we should be winning that game comfortably, regardless of anything.
I agree.
Regardless of how I feel about the manager, regardless of how Josh feels about the manager, regardless of whatever, if we don't win that game tomorrow comfortably, serious questions are going to get asked about everyone.
Sure.
Especially the.
So that's wrong, because if you play that midfield, we'll lose. I don't care who you play. They're terrible.
Let him land. What you got to say,
Justin? You bring up some dumbass thing like we can play our worst 3 midfielders and still win the game.
We've had one of the worst strikers. We had one of the worst strikers that's ever played for Chelsea Football Club drop a brace on this team's head when they were actually half decent.
He did.
I don't give a fuck who plays, bro. I don't give a fuck who plays. We should be beating this team comfortably.
Should have had 6 that day, by the way.
Unless we play an entire team of under 16s or under 18s, I expect a win, a comfortable win.
That might be the only game where Mount, Havertz, and Werner all scored.
Werner hit both posts and the crossbar before he scored his first goal.
Yeah.
Respect the Timo Werner derby, Lewis. Respect the
he got the Woody.
Derby, yeah. That boy came alive.
To be fair, though, Mount does hate Southampton. Could get a goal.
Last years of FPL, when you see that
fixture, you put Werner in and you triple captain him against Southampton. That's what you do in FPL.
That was a smart move.
Are we going to do lineup for tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to do a line. Big up Alhambra saying Reece James, future captain, leader, legend, big fucking facts. Big up Mwonge also saying, why don't we start Datro for Fafana up front? Anybody but Kai. Anybody but Kai. It can be Oba.
We've been asking the same question.
I am not fussed. If I see Havertz up top, I will be fussed.
ABK.
Lewis, I'm a bounce.
ABK.
Lewis, I'm a bounce, yeah? I'm a bounce.
I take care, bro. Bless.
Scott, make sure you do my job for me, yeah? Scott, make sure you do my job for me, Scott.
Yeah, bounce off the wall.
Check your PayPal, Scott. Don't. How'd you spin on it, mate? Spin on it.
Up yours.
Lewis, I'll see you Saturday, bro. Big up, bro.
Big up, my G. Big up. All right, cool. Let me get the lineup up.
Yeah, as far as that last super chat about Fafana, I don't think anybody here is going to recommend Havertz being started up top. So you're gonna wait a minute.
What is that?
Oh, that's Fotter.
Okay, because that was weird.
I thought it was flawless for a minute. I was like, flawless. That'd be lit.
What are you
Flawless
loading, bro? What are you
Sorry
loading?
about that.
What are you loading?
Deloading?
Deloading, huh?
As in draw.
Bro, that has a bad connotation to it. You might want to change your name.
What? It's just
Okay. You just run with it.
What? You mean this?
Okay, how do you load D?
What? Deloading that? What's wrong?
Oh, that's the D.
God.
Good God. Josh can't even keep a straight face. Come on, Josh.
Let's just put the usual suspects in.
I wouldn't mind racing Silva tomorrow.
I wouldn't either.
Really?
I would rest him too.
Yeah, facts, man. There's not.
Well, let me make this case real quick because I'm never going to argue against Thiago. Like if he plays, I'll obviously be happy. He's fantastic. But if Wesley Fofana is fit to play games, which I believe he is since he's been on the bench the last 2 games, I think you start him next to Badiashile in this game. And I say that because defenders, it's hard to get defenders like minutes here and there. Like you don't really want to take a center back off in the middle of a game to give a guy 20 minutes. So to me, they have to play from the jump. And if he is indeed fit to play, I would play him in this specific game because I think it's a good game to do it next to Badiashile. And rest Thiago for the game. Yes, go ahead.
Well, apparently, we can play anybody.
Do you think
win,
they would? You play Badiashile left and put Koulibaly on the right?
I would play
Fofana on the right if he's fit to play. Like I have to think he is.
No problem.
2 left.
Getting some sharpness would be good. Like fair enough.
We only have one. What are you talking about left-footed? We have one left-footed center back.
I'm pretty sure Fofana is not right-footed.
No, it's right.
He is right-footed.
Fofana's right-footed.
Right-footed, bro.
We only have 1, 2.
Yeah,
Who's Fofana?
I was gonna say
Tell me who the other left-footed center back is, please.
I was say we only have one.
Joel.
He's not a center back, Goofy.
Are your brain cells loading as well as the D, bro?
But listen, if Thiago does start, I understand, but I just think this is the perfect game. This is the perfect game to give West minutes if he's fit.
Fair enough. I understand the argument. So we're going to go for Fofana and
Plus, I also think this is the future pairing for this club in the long term.
The future French pairing too.
Yes, agreed as well.
Yeah, and Malo Gusto when he comes in. So we have 3 of the future starting.
Oh, raw. We're going to have a fully French back line. You see a left.
Hey.
Where's Ian Matson?
Better to have French players in there than English
Dutch.
players.
He's Dutch, okay.
Well, French win. Hey, I like my teams to win stuff. Sorry.
James on the right.
No, I'll he's one of those
Reece James if he's available.
That's the only correct answer.
Rodrigo, we need a win, buddy. We need the W.
Yeah, we can't rotate everywhere, guys. So, I understand this.
Yeah, this is literally just to get a guy minutes who's coming back.
Chile
D. Wait, quick one. What happened to Chile? Did he stumble in the game or anything? Like,
no, he got kicked. He got kicked.
Yeah, he did train today. I think Potter said they were just going to see how he responded to training, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
And since our other left back is still pining away over getting robbed 5 months ago, you know.
Fucking hell, you don't feel
it also comes down to the fact that family. But maybe let's not be a dickhead about it, eh?
Why?
If I have to explain that to you, you're a cunt.
What?
Have you ever been robbed at gunpoint or like that?
It's not even that. Like,
you can't rob me at gunpoint. That's impossible.
If I have to explain to you why you're not okay after a family member dying, then you're a cunt.
I know about family member dying, and his house was robbed.
That's what got reported. It was
it's not family member dying.
No, I only know.
And
Scott, if I ever get to England and you call me a cunt, I'll whoop your ass.
Goddamn 47.
Hell no! I'll fuck you every single day. You ain't gonna do shit.
You want to bet?
You ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. You're about as threatening as Johnny is. Shut up, man.
Well, You don't know me, motherfucker.
Let's get a pay-per-view going over here then. So
I don't know what's going on here. I thought we talked about Cucurella.
I think I don't know. All these footballers are getting burgled. I'm not. I can't be fucked and say.
I love it. Never a peaceful scream over here. Right, so Chilwell or Cucurella on the left.
Chilwell. That's not
Chilwell for me.
And for the home fans, please stop booing Cucurella when he comes on. I think, come on.
I agree with that.
Yeah, no, that's true. When he comes on, doesn't make sense.
We're gonna bring out this banner for Mason Mount to try and protect him and help him, but when it's Cucurella,
if you guys, obviously you guys have the opportunity to go to the game. If you're next to someone that start booing, hey, what are you doing, mate?
I know, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah. These Chelsea fans are hardcore. I'm telling you. They're not gonna listen.
They're not gonna listen. Yeah, I've been there.
They're not gonna listen, bro. You what, mate? That's it, mate.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen. Fuck you lot on fuck Chelsea Twitter. Fuck Chelsea social media fans. Fuck you.
Honestly,
lot. Yeah.
Real Chelsea fans and football Twitter is two different things, man. If you think it's
fuck
football
them.
Twitter, you have a whole other thing coming.
In the bin.
Enzo and Zakaria.
I'm not talking.
No, it'll be the same. Enzo and Ruben.
No,
this is obviously the one. This is obviously like I think what the main place on the pitch you could really argue.
That is so out of line.
Continuity. That's the only
continuity. Did you see Ruben had a stinker?
Bench James.
No, he did have a
continuity.
Yes, he did.
No, Ruben's not that great, man. He's okay. He's a good stopgap. When it comes to filling in the space, Ruben can do the job.
I don't think he had a stink in a Dortmund game. I wouldn't say that. Maybe not the best game.
What did he do in the Dortmund game? Thank you.
Well, he kept it tidy.
He was trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying. We get participation trophies out now, huh?
Yeah, that's what I say. He could fill the gap for that time, but he's the certain attribute that he's got. I'm not too sure. When it comes to going for a tackle, he's not coming out winning it. With his big frame, he's not doing it.
He should.
Exactly. The correct answer is Zakaria and Enzo.
On the bench now for was it 2 games or just one?
Fit now?
I think he was last game. He was on the bench.
Yes, he is.
Yep. And he's our only other really defensive.
Yeah, I would say
Zakaria. He's putting his leg in. He's coming out with the ball.
Yeah, I put Zakaria in because I didn't like Enzo being so deep in the last game. We need to start playing him a bit further forward.
Well,
give him the license.
Play him on the right.
Like, here's my question to that though. Like, what are you expecting to see different from Enzo? Like, the way he's playing already, like he already has the ball majority of the time. He's already creating from where he's at. Like, what more are you expecting to see from him?
I think get a higher volume of it if he's
but he already has the highest volume of it.
Yeah, I understand that, but defensively, to have a defensively sound, even probably a little bit better defensively, a little bit quicker than Enzo as well, to be the last guy there, because the one knock on Enzo is his top end pace is not there. He's missed some top end. Zakaria has that in spades. So if we had the last man back again, I'd rather it be Zakaria than Enzo.
Yeah, but wouldn't he? Wouldn't he by nature be the furthest guy back to receive the ball anyway?
Yeah.
The way he's been playing,
he's like a quarterback. You want Enzo to have the most space, to have the view of the field. You don't want him to be further up.
I just don't want them having like a deep off. Like who can be deeper than? I'd rather one of them, Enzo preferably, getting the ball, and maybe like Rodrigo's saying, the other midfielder, whoever maybe, giving him some space and getting forward, which I think we've seen, with Ruben as well. Like he gets a little bit further forward in the games than Enzo.
Wait, are we benching Enzo?
No.
No.
They want to start Kovacic next to Enzo, and Kovacic.
I don't even it's not like this isn't my problem area on the pitch. Like I don't really any of those guys I'm fine with.
This is my problem area.
You want Enzo to have time on the ball. You want him to basically you want the other midfielder, obviously, like just to say, to be more defensive, but at the same time you want Enzo to receive the ball somehow deeper and to have a better view of the field. If you have Enzo further up, I feel like you're missing out certain element of the build-up play where you can switch the ball from one side to another to spot runners. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's just redundant. Like I don't need somebody else to pick up the ball to then give it to Enzo.
Exactly. Yes.
Like I'd rather just let Enzo pick the ball up and do what he's been doing. Like which has been great. He's getting the ball forward. He's been getting passing forward, trying to shoot.
As much as we say Enzo's come in and he's changed the view of our play, but I don't feel like he's 100% comfortable yet. In my opinion, I feel like he's doing well. He's new to the club. You see it glimpses of his game, but it's not 100% there yet.
Okay, let's do this argument.
Who ends on the left?
Was in the better form, Kovacic or Zakaria? Who's in the better form as of late, Kovacic or Zakaria?
Zakaria.
Okay, then why would you not play him?
I feel
but see, like Jester, I think 9 times out of 10, I would say Kovacic is definitely the superior player of the two, though. Like. I mean, I like Zakaria, but Kovacic is, to me, clearly
cover in a pivot. He's all right. The passing, the linking at the play is decent. Just that his long through ball at the end, it can be a bit shocking. So if you leave that to Enzo
for that,
Enzo. That's the thing. Enzo's been the one playing the balls forward. Like I don't know that you need that other guy to necessarily be like
short passes and link up covers better, in my opinion, than Zakaria.
Yeah.
But Enzo can give out the killer through ball if we need it. When we need it.
It's a terrible pivot pairing. They want to do the same thing. So it's like Kante and Kovacic. Sometimes they just want to go for it at the same time. Leave a big hole in the middle. Pause. Let's move. We've done the midfield, right? Okay, cool.
I love that defense.
Andrew, what you say, Andrew?
The cam's got to be João Felix, right?
So let's move
We're
on.
Not gonna argue
that point.
No argument.
We're not going to argue João Felix, right?
If you're going to auto somebody right now.
Can I put someone about Mount playing in the 10? No, maybe
no.
Nah, Mason Mount on the left.
Stop it all that Zim.
No, you got to beat that
guy. You got to keep playing Mudryk. You got to keep giving it.
You got to bring Madueke back just because he didn't play in the Champions.
Madueke.
So you don't think Sterling's going to start the left?
Sterling will start.
He was in that same boat as Chilwell, where it was like a fitness thing. I think they did both train. I'm not opposed to Sterling starting, but I just don't think he deserves to come right back in.
Hey, I like Madueke off the bench. So I don't mind. I think that would be a good option for us. I'm cool.
Or maybe Sterling as a false 9. What about that?
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Play Ober or Fofana up top. Give one of them a chance.
I want Fofana. I don't even want to see Ober.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's calm. Fofana, I'm cool with. I'm 100% fine with Fofana. Just no to the silky German, the meaty German. Sorry,
he's defo starting.
Don't, please don't. Beg you.
Hey, Josh.
I still think Sterling's going to go left.
Josh, 2 p.m. UK time. Get ready, or 1:45 tomorrow. Get ready for the timeline. Watch the heads explode.
Actually, it'll be probably an hour before that, right? You got CFC Sam with the leaks, right?
Yeah, Kai Havertz starts.
Yeah.
Hashtag Kai out.
Just got to chill down my spine, bruv. But we'll get a penalty. Havertz will score and they'll all call him generation.
Sure, keep speaking it into existence.
I don't know if you guys saw the video, obviously, in the game as well. When he ran into the centre backs, the guy had so much acres of space in front of him. The guy ran left. I was like, oh my! I noticed it in the game, but I didn't really realize it. After I watched it again, I was like, what the fuck?
He's actually been training for NASCAR, so you can only go left in NASCAR.
Super Tommy Tuchel, by the way, both. If I will be pissed about Havertz if he plays like shit, but I'll be pissed at Potter too for starting him. It will be both.
That's why you can put blame on the managers all the time.
I'll blame the manager for playing him, but same way, if Havertz stinks up against the bottom of the table, I'm still gunning for him.
Well, yeah, that's the exact reason you can look at it. I mean, if a manager continues to play a guy who's on bad form, then you look directly at the manager, because at some point the player needs to be set and have a rest, see the game from a different perspective, whatever it may be, but. It's hard to when you play a guy in the form. That's over a game or two, maybe 3 tops. But you're getting into like the months here with some of these guys, and you gotta give other guys an opportunity.
Quick one here. When do you reckon players know when the starting 11's coming? Do you think the day before, on the day?
No, they find out when they go to the dressing room and their kits are on it.
That's when they find out when they're
No, I
inside.
swear they get the lineup the day before. I don't remember.
They should have, man. I don't think they go in on the day knowing when they're gonna play or not. They should know what the day before at least.
Because if you did that, you would have some cunt in the dressing room going, "I didn't start. I'm not starting tomorrow."
They know when Nathan
tweet
gets
that.
I don't know if Potter's given that conversation with maybe players that Havertz or Mount say, "Listen, you're not playing that great at the moment." So
I'm sure he has.
That's when they know.
But why? I don't get it. Why is it happening then? Why are we not putting this guy on the bench? Like?
Who?
Mount's already sitting there. Havertz needs to sit down, man.
Well, we all agreed that we don't manage the club.
Exactly.
This guy, man, he's pissing me off a little bit, bro.
So if he starts Havertz tomorrow, you need to be Potter out.
I'll be disappointed, mate.
That doesn't do anybody any good.
I'll be a bit happy just to see everyone on the pitch, though. I haven't been to the bridge in a long time. Since Hazard, to be honest, so I need to go there.
What about
again.
Mount is getting his banner, so he's not gonna even be on the pitch?
He can wrap himself, and if it's cold, he can wrap himself.
Oh my god, you guys are mean, man. Come on, put him on the right wing.
Somebody needs to bring a lighter to the
business. We're trying to win a game here, and you want to shoehorn minerals into this. Come on,
put on the right wing, mate. Right wing.
Let's have it right.
He's gonna play
Sterling
tailback
as a false 9 and pull Mount as a right wing.
No. And where does Felix go?
False 9. Sterling as a false 9.
Listen to the terror in Rodrigo's voice. Like he's like, "Oh my, he couldn't possibly be for a third game in a row, could it?" Like, "Oh, we got to play him. Put him somewhere.
Put him right somewhere. Put him in goal if we have to."
Yeah.
Fuck it.
He's just the terror and the fear. I can hear it, Rodrigo. It's okay. He can sit for 3 games. It's not the end of the world.
He's gonna give Potter the angry eyes.
Yeah.
Now that's one of the funniest articles ever.
Mount doesn't know how to look up, so he won't be getting the angry eyes.
Angry eyes, you know. These journalists are funny.
Well, I don't think Potter cares because he's English. He's got the cachet to not start English players. Because nobody, what are they going to say? They're not starting him because he's English? Well, the manager's
make
English.
Chelsea foreign again.
So I think he has
fun fact, Chelsea's the first Premier League team to play a full 11 without an English player in.
No, you know what? Bring back Timo Werner at this point. We need him for Southampton.
Hey, we sold the wrong German.
We may have. I think it's because Havertz got PR on him, isn't it?
We sold the right German. He should have just took his friend with him.
Hey, but we need him for Southampton. Lewis, you want him to start back at Southampton, do you, Lewis?
No, I want them both out of my club. We got one gone. The other Chuckle brother needs to go with him. Come on, man. Havertz being as shit as he is will not make me forget how shit Werner is. Werner is a fucking terrible player.
Southampton at home tomorrow, Lewis.
Oh,
Werner was so painful.
Who else loves a goal against Southampton? Mount. Josie, look at all these levels. All these men love goals against Southampton. Maybe it's because they're all shit.
No, Werner was painful to watch.
We did put 7 past them last year, so.
We did put 6 last year.
Yeah, I think that was the week after we lost to Real and the week after we lost to Arsenal.
I think it was the week before. You're right.
The English government sucks.
3-1 at home. Yeah, to Madrid. Yeah.
Because they just they rejected Andre Santos's work visa for a second
time. Let it go. It is 2023, my friend. Let Havertz go. He is shit.
Yeah.
His natural position, if Graham Potter can figure it out, is on the bench. He is shit. Let it die, man.
I don't know, man. He's just missing that, wanting to get physical. He's just too relaxed. He's just too relaxed every single time.
He is missing full stop on a football pitch. There's not
missing talent.
He needs some steroids. Give him some steroids or something, man.
What he needs is a flight back to Germany. The fact we even brought him back from Germany was a disrespect to the club in itself.
Send the Lewis.
Lewis, you're done with him. You wash your hands of him now,
I've been done with him. I've been done with him for the last year. And everything since then has only vindicated my point. I've waited for him to mud me. In the words of Andrew, I have so much mud left to dish out compared to the mud that I'm meant to be receiving.
We've got Enzo in the middle.
Yeah, I could send a whole mudslide for him just this season. That's all.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are people still waiting for?
Literal pig in shit. That's what it is at the moment, man.
Mate, it's tight. I can't even say anything. but he does need to. I've had enough of him as well, to be honest, man. I backed him for a whole year.
What are you waiting for, bro? Like, this is the Champions League final, bruv. It's the final, bruv. I wish Werner scored. Every day I wish Werner scored, because we all knew Werner was shit.
You know, Werner
or I wish we scored more goals in the final, at least. Because then we can't pinpoint it.
He won it for us because he scored the first goal. I can't be arsed.
It's like because he sealed it away and there's only one goal in that final, then that's about it.
Y'all just need to stop speaking to stupid people. You'll be okay.
What happened to Pulisic? There's like
he's injured.
Blackout on Pulisic. Well,
yeah, he's still injured.
He's done.
Yeah, it sounds like he's probably like about a week or two out.
It's not bad.
And if they would have sold him last summer like I told them to, then we wouldn't have this issue. But they didn't.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to go in the summer now. I remember hearing
definitely going in the summer.
Just a quick one, yeah. Even though the guy's not here, was you guys happy with Broja when he was playing?
No,
because obviously he's kind of disappeared, even though he's not playing and he's injured.
Too early to judge. Way too early.
Too early to judge.
Napoli striker.
Yeah. Hell, if they want him in an Osimhen deal, I did see that report you sent me a week ago. If they want Broja the other way, even though we're still questioning his return from the ACL.
Recently, Juve have been wanting to let go of Vlahovic too, I think.
They have to.
For the right price, yeah. So, I mean, Vlahovic is a good striker.
Yeah.
I think all this talk about striker, I think first we need to look at Graham Potter. You need to have to establish an identity for the team. I feel like if we get striker in, we'll have the same issue we had before with Lukaku. Because I remember the conversation was, all we need is a striker. And then we got a striker in.
So we're just going to keep playing.
I think what we need Graham Potter to
Havertz. No, it depends on the type of striker you get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Scott.
Lukaku just set us back, man. I was going to say
the strikers we've got right now, we've got a striker shit.
Josh, big up my G. Take care of yourself.
Ball up properly. We've got a guy who's like 18 and has just come from the Norwegian league. And we got a guy who likes to play off the last man, which we don't.
Yeah, but Scott, if I ask you, right, what type of striker does Graham Potter want for his system? What system do we play, and what striker will fit it? Do you know what I mean?
Based on what I'm seeing at the moment, someone like a profile of like a Tony or a Kane.
All right, okay.
I wouldn't bring either one of those in, but that's okay.
Ivan Tony should be here yesterday, depending on the betting charges.
We don't know if he's going to even be a player next year.
So when I hear people say Vlahovic, then I'm like, do you guys see the type of football we play? Do you think Vlahovic will come
even
here?
Vlahovic could work depending on what you get him to do.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Vlahovic could work depending on what you get him to do.
He's not bad.
If you're not asking him to drop into the fucking center circle to pick the ball up, and if you're not asking him to make runs into the channel, like, you can make it work. Like, the thing is, we probably would have made Lukaku work. We could have made Lukaku work. It's just he didn't fit. The same way you probably could make Aubameyang work. He just doesn't fit. And there's no point trying to, like, twist every part of your system to try and fit a guy like that in.
Exactly.
So as long as we get a Vlahovic in with the other pieces, like a Felix or an Nkunku or a Mudryk or a Madueke, these are guys who like to pick the ball up anyway, which means he doesn't have to like to create space for other players. It can work.
That's why I ask you when you watch us play.
Like Havertz and Mount and Gallagher and that, it's fine.
That's why I ask you when you watch Graham Potter's identity or whatever, because we don't have that yet. But when you see us play, do you think a striker like a Vlahovic will work for us?
Yes.
Fair enough. If you see that, I don't.
Go and watch the last game against Dortmund. That's one of the best games we played under Potter. And look at what happened with most of what we did with our striker. Most of the times, the reasons why our striker wasn't working is because the runs he was making in behind were garbage or his hold-up play was shit. Both of which Vlahovic offers you. So, again, you can make it work.
We have a 10 now who can actually feed him the ball correctly. We didn't have that before.
Because I feel like in the summer, this is just me, I feel like in the summer it will be a question of Felix or striker. I don't know.
That's wrong.
You
know why it's wrong?
I think that's my opinion.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you it's wrong. They've already said Felix and a striker, because what they're going to do when we don't make Champions League, they're going to sell every academy player that they can sell. Yeah. And it's all going to be pure profit. So they will have the money to bring in Osimhen, to sign Felix.
Not Reese. Sorry, go on.
No. I'm talking. Of course, Reese is not considered an academy player. He's a future captain.
Yeah.
Okay? Talking about the Mounts, the Gallaghers, the Brosias, the Matsons, the Chalobahs, because all of that is pure profit. And you could raise 200 million this summer, so you can do what you want.
Potentially, yeah. Broja, I don't know. If Broja's injured though until like December, so I don't think he can be sold.
Yeah.
He's already back. He's already back doing light work and training.
He is. Yeah,
but like not like match fit. I don't know.
I feel like
that's Napoli's problem if they want him for the in the Osimhen deal. That's Napoli's problem, not ours.
Yeah, that's true.
After a striker, obviously people think we need a striker, but I tend to disagree. But anyway, I think a midfield as well is a key priority for us. Another midfield, preferably a defensive one.
Yeah, we're not done there either. Okay, because that was just academy players. We haven't re-signed Conte, so he could be done in the summer. We're not. Well, we're talking about midfielders.
No, I'm saying being gone.
Well, Pulisic will be gone in the summer too.
Yeah.
I think we're good on the defense end, though.
I think
I think we're gonna get rid of most of the English players soon because of the FFP stuff.
You have to sell who gives you the most profit.
You can't just get rid of them. You also need have an homegrown quota that you need to fill out.
Well, a few of them at least, like.
A few of them. 100%. You physically can't get rid of all of them.
Yeah,
why? Because of like registration rules, Jester.
Yeah, but you could register academy kids to do for that and meet that. That's what Man City's done.
Who's this on loan again? Who's on loan?
Colwell, Matson. Like, there's a bunch of players on loan. It's whether like any of them are going to like come into the team. I imagine.
I think Colwell will. That's one English player in or one homegrown.
Yeah, the man can take Colwell and might as well take Pokudoku as well at the same time.
I don't think Matson's coming in because we
I think we'll sell him to Burnley. I think.
Yeah, and you can get 20-25 million for him.
I think more. I think we can get more.
No, he's not getting more than that. How much did you get for Gurry?
For who?
But he's the best player. He's literally the best player. We can get at least 40.
Really not going to
you're not going to get more than 20-25 million for him.
Yeah, Matson.
Not from Burnley.
There's so many of them. There's so many of the English players.
Matson is Dutch, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's homegrown.
Yeah, fair.
So they can move because you still have Lewis Hall you can keep in the squad. You can bring Harvey Vale into the squad.
Lewis Hall.
I sell Vale. Harvey Vale doesn't impress me at all.
The center back is on loan.
Colwell, yes. He's going to come back, so you could make up the English numbers.
Ampadu too, yeah, like Josh said.
Why would you bring Ampadu back?
No, sell him.
Oh, I'm about to say, why would you?
I'm bringing Ampadu back.
Oh man, he ain't even English.
And it doesn't matter because he's terrible.
No,
Madueke will count as homegrown now, I think.
Yeah, he will be counted as an English.
We can get rid of another Roadrunner then. Fucking perfect. I cannot wait until the summer, man. All the ingoings, all the
you know what? You still need one or two like shit players in your squad, though. I think for balance.
You need shit players in your squad. Okay.
Hear me out.
You couldn't even say that with a straight face.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
No. Hear me out.
In my life.
Come on, man.
You need them. You need
those
you
literally don't. Manchester City are proving absolutely That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You need them in training. You need them in
That's
training.
like you need a syphilitic girlfriend.
I'll take 5K a week. That's it. I won't even touch the weight structure. And I'll let everyone look good. I'll make everybody look good. And I'll have no ego. I won't demand the start. You don't even have to put me on the bench.
And he'll slice oranges.
Boring.
He'll slice oranges.
We don't have anyone to banter. You know?
I'll slice oranges. I'll hand out bottles. I'll do whatever you need.
Maybe I phrased that wrong. You need players. You need players that are selfless. The selfless runners. They're like a Gallagher. You need someone like that. That's happy to
Why
just
do you
run
need
around.
Gallagher?
You could have a road runner. They could have technical
I was going to
quality.
say that's fine, but we've literally got that in someone like a Loftus-Cheek, who's like 5th choice midfielder. Probably you ain't going to get any money for, and can just sit there and be happy that he's getting money. Like literally.
That's so true.
I'd ask a question: is what the type of player that you're telling me about? Who is that in City's squad?
In City squad right now, I can think of. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know.
Cole Palmer, maybe. Cole Palmer.
He's an academy kid.
He's a fucking academy kid who barely plays.
There's your answer, bro. Get rid of shit. Bring in a youth player or two. Be like, here's your opportunity, and see what they do. There you go.
And then that's how you make up their numbers. I actually said that just a few minutes ago. They make up their numbers with their academies.
That's true, actually. Because City only have like 20.
Thing is, like, for this argument is even some of City's bench players make it in our starting 11, and we're talking about we need shit players in our squad.
We already have those.
That's one of the funniest things I've heard, bro. Fucking hell. Right. Zakaria. I've seen that Juve are likely selling Zakaria. Probably means he's going to be a bit cheaper than what was originally said in the summer. I'd keep him. Might as well keep him.
I think. Would you think because there's an agreement? It's an option in the contract. Do you think we can negotiate that down? Do you think that's possible?
Just pay the 25p's and go.
Fuck it, yeah. This is not even that much.
No, I don't want Zakaria because I feel like if we get him, again, this is just my fear. Obviously, maybe.
Don't you need shit players?
He's like, if we get him,
if
we get him, we might not sign another midfielder. That's my fear.
Rodrigo, can I ask you a question? Is Zakaria a better depth option than what we currently have?
Yes.
But
then what the fuck is this argument?
No, Scott. My fear is this year. If we sign him, the board might say, right, we don't need to sign another midfielder.
They're not going to do that.
Penny pinching, my friend.
Rodrigo, did they do that for Mudryk? Considering we just spent 60 mil or 40 mil, whatever it was, on a left winger in the summer, did they do that for Mudryk?
What did you sign? Oh, Sterling. Yeah.
Did they do that for Madueke? Considering Sterling was playing on the right?
FFP.
No. So what you're telling me is no. This argument is stupid. Like, as much as I disagree with him about most things, Jester was right in terms of they'll just offset that with sales. You sell Conor Gallagher for 35 mil. That's 35 mil you've got to spend on a midfielder. You've then covered Zakaria plus 10 mil. What is this argument? What is this with? Oh, we shouldn't sign this player because no.
No. I'm saying we need to sign a better midfielder than Zakaria.
We are. That's why we're selling all the academy kids.
Zakaria is a good deal.
Also a top. Can I just get this clarified? Because I still think people don't understand with this ownership group. Signing a top player does not mean spending 150 mil on a player. You can go and sign a top midfield partner next to Enzo. Let's just take Zubimendi. He's going to cost you 50 mil. What is this nonsense about?
So sign him and sell Zakaria. Send Zakaria and pack it. Send him back.
No, you keep Zakaria too.
Oh my fucking days!
Nah, I need what Rodrigo's been.
Zakaria.
Whatever you've been smoking, I need it, man.
We're literally penny pinching over 25 mil. Fucking hell, what has our club come to?
What would you want to? Because he's cheap. It's not that good. Send him back. And then
he's an improved for 27 million. What do you?
He's been our best midfielder of late, besides Enzo.
He offers something in our midfield that we've been lacking for many years, and he can be a bench option moving forward. You don't want that for 27 mil?
Zakaria is baller.
You don't want quote unquote bench options. You want people who can challenge the starters. That's the only way you get better. If you just have people that are definite bench options and definite starters, who's pushing the starters to be better?
I mean,
whether
he's pushing them or not, he's a very good option off the bench. He's a very good option to have if he's not going to start.
Yeah, I hope you guys.
What I'm saying is that's why you want better bench players, because they can challenge the starters for that position if they're not playing well, and they know it's a viable threat to their position.
So in principle, I agree with you, but you don't think Zakaria can be that guy?
I think Zakaria, if we buy, let's just say Caicedo this summer, Caicedo, and he's out of form, and Zakaria's training better than him. Yeah, I think Zakaria, he'll drop. That's the way it's supposed to work, at least. Drop Caicedo and bring Zakaria in.
Yeah.
Until Zakaria is not playing well. Again, you have to at least have players on your bench that are a threat to start. Because
I just don't get right, regardless of the player at this, but I don't get the argument. There is a decent chance we lose 3 midfielders come the summer, and we're talking about saying no to a guy that's worth 25 mil, who would be a midfielder and would be an improvement. I cannot work out this argument. We're saying no to a midfielder because we might spend big money on one midfielder, which means, like, simple maths means we're down potentially 2 midfielders. How? What?
Yes, about like
not even a debate. This is not a debate at all.
It's hard to think. It makes your head hurt.
I can't fathom this argument. I fully can't fathom.
Fucking hell. I think he's trying to play devil's advocate. And
devil's in the details.
What else do we see? We went through all the Neymar stuff. Is there anything that anyone else wanted to say on Neymar? Is there anyone who doesn't want us to go for Neymar?
I think with Neymar, it's working on the present. You know how I said you've got a Koulibaly and Aubameyang, all of those types.
Do you think Neymar can play false 9? You think Neymar can play false 9?
Neymar can play left wing if he comes in. You don't sign Neymar and say, "Well, we want to play you at false 9."
He's able to play the false 9, but you don't want to play him there.
He's able to play false 9.
He's played there for PSG. Yes, he has.
I was say he's able to. It's a similar thing to like Felix. Like he's able to. You just don't want him playing there.
I don't know if you remember made the argument that we need to play the players in their positions.
He's able to play a sitting 6, but you don't want him there. You want him to have more freedom to roam on the midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't arguing with Jester. He's able to, but you don't want him to play there. You want him to play on the left. That's where he's best, is off the left.
Exactly.
Yeah. You because you don't want to leave. People understand you don't want to let the ownership off the hook, saying if you bring Neymar, that's okay. You can play false 9. No, you want Neymar and a striker. You should be greedy.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
What does that mean for Mudryk? Right wing or bench?
No, it means Mudryk's a young player who's never played in the Premier League.
Yeah,
he's going to throw him in straight away, bro. He
means they can push him. Not that deep.
He's looking a bit raw anyway, man.
That game again, you want competition in all positions.
He felt
it makes your team better.
He was trying to do too much. It's like we've seen the comps, and he's trying to play like these every single time on the ball. He's doing a comp, trying to flick it.
And it would be the exact same player, just when he's Brazilian, right? Because he's the Ukrainian Neymar, so why not have the Brazilian Neymar?
I just feel like Neymar just won't get benched as often. You know, he'll play full 9.
I can't lie. Like I do get the arguments of like why you wouldn't sign Neymar from like a footballing perspective, but at the same time, he's like,
it's Neymar.
Arguably on his day, he's arguably top 3 players in the world.
My question is, do what Potter wants him to do? If so, then yeah, absolutely. If not, then let's leave that out.
Yeah,
it's kind of a similar argument to like the one we had about in the summer with Mbappe. Like he didn't really fit what we were trying to do, but at the same time, it was like it was Mbappe. So it's like, do you really care?
No, exactly. Yeah.
Because I can look at the like cons from a playing perspective. Because for example, like just to pull a few things, like he's not going to do the defensive work, so whoever's playing left back is going to get isolated, and that will cause problems. And there might be an issue in the dressing room. But at the same time, I'm thinking of going like, this is Neymar, so why do I care?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very well said. And it's like. Why would you not bring in? I would bring in even Messi if we had a shot to bring in Messi.
Oh, 100%. No.
You guys
shit.
Sorry, man. I had to jump in. I was hearing this Neymar talk, and I was just like, what are you guys on? For real? Like, for real?
Oh, okay. You're telling me, my friend.
Sorry, you're really going to sign a 32-year-old attacker to play in this lineup right now? Oh, okay. So, for how much?
60 million.
60 mil.
60? Is it only 60 mil?
Yeah, it's only 60 million euro.
See, that warms me up more to it as well, bro.
Okay. Okay, well.
Now, the salary's an issue, but if you let him have 100%.
Carry on with your noise then, man. That's all good.
31, by the way. He just turned 31.
Yeah. The thing is, I do get, as I said, I do get the arguments like against Neymar. It's just like it's a weird. It is a weird one because it's like, as I said, it's the same thing as the Mbappe thing. Was like everyone was like, "Oh, he'll cause issues. He's got an ego, this, that, and the other." And it's like, yeah, but it's Mbappe. Like it's the same thing. It's like there will be issues. Like, I don't know how it looks. I can't envision how it work, like a way in which it can work, like kind of perfectly. But as I said, that's almost at the same time. Like, I don't care. It's Neymar, especially when it's 60 mil. Like, it's
euro, not even pounds.
Yeah, it's a price where it's a good deal as well.
Yeah, just his wages though would be high, but that's fine.
Well, you can work on his wages. What you do is you
get him
deal on his image.
Or...
No, you deal on his image rights. You give him 100% of his image rights. He'll take a lower salary because he'll make more money off his image rights.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you don't have to own those. Yeah, exactly.
So there's ways around it, I'm sure. Yes, you would probably put bonuses for the amount of games played or available.
Yeah,
at least because of his injury history. And I think Thiago Silva will be a positive influence on him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Really, truly. People say, well, he won't respect Potter. He will respect Thiago Silva.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
They're good friends.
Pulisic is gonna have to let that jersey go too.
Oh, he can leave, bro. He can give it to him on his way out.
He won't be here this summer.
He can hand deliver it to him in Paris.
I was gonna say, as Neymar's walking through the door to Cobham, he is walking out the door with his agent with his bag packed, and he can just hand him the number 10 jersey then.
Yeah. That's not even a worry. He won't be here after the summer. Should have been sold last summer. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it is. A big up Madrista saying winners have egos. I don't think anyone's too worried about Neymar. We've had a year of Lukaku in it. Like,
it's not,
he was shit.
The thing is about how you manage egos. That's the thing. Egos will happen in football. It's how you manage them. Because like, I don't know if anyone has read it. Like, I would recommend reading it. There's a transcript out there, or there's a piece from the assistant manager of Tuchel's when he was at Chelsea and PSG. Löw, the Hungarian, and he talks about it. It's like when they first went into PSG, like none of the players would listen, but they found a way to incentivize the players, and they found a way to like appeal to their egos where they would work for them. And it's about that. It's about managing egos. Like, we've had managers over the past that manage egos brilliantly, whether it was Costas for the most part, Hazard's, whether it was, the likes of Terry, Lampard, Drogba, etc. Like, you can find a way to massage or manage egos. It's like, you just got to make sure you've got to have a good balance. You don't go too far one way where you make them feel like they are invincible, like we have with Mount. And then you don't go too far the other way where you're clashing every time, like Conte did with Costa. You got to have a good balance. It's like everything.
Yeah, I mean, Tuchel is a really good man manager. I was just going to bring him up, actually.
I can't lie. Most of the time, he's quite poor. It was just that respect. He was quite good.
Really? So, yeah. First of all, it's okay to... Egos are not a bad thing to have in your dressing room. That's fine to have one or two. It's when if you have a whole team full of them. And that's what's going on in PSG. You can't have Neymar's ego with Mbappe's ego, with Messi's ego, and with everybody else there. Okay? So one or two players that have ego, you can deal with because it doesn't affect the entire squad. But when you have competing egos in a team, where they're headbutting each other, that's got to go. And that's why they want Neymar out, because they're trying to do everything to make Mbappe happy. And he doesn't want him there.
Yeah, because they must have heard about the Mbappe. Yeah, he was unhappy recently again.
Yeah, I mean, him and Mbappe's relationship has just got deteriorated over the years, honestly, I feel like.
Well, because Mbappe wants to be the guy. And he can't be the guy there when you have Neymar and Messi on your team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so now you get rid of Neymar. Okay, more of the spotlight shines on Mbappe.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what you want. You better be prepared to take it, because if you take Messi and Neymar in that squad, they ain't winning shit. They still aren't winning shit, but
that's the issue. I'd say the issue they had there was you had two people who wanted to be the guy, and like inevitably one is going to lose out, and not surprisingly, like they put more they're putting more stock into Mbappe, and I don't really blame them, to be honest. But
yeah, he's younger.
Everything.
He's younger. He's better. Like at the moment on form, he's been way better for them. So like I do get it, but you're inevitably going to have this issue where like it's the same issue that Neymar had at Barca. Like, it's why he left Barca. It's because he wanted to be the guy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And that's
he
the thing.
would be the guy here if we signed him. Even though his fee's not that big, there would be no bigger player on our team than Neymar.
Yeah.
I don't care who else we signed this on. He would be the biggest man. He would be the biggest name in the squad, which is what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. He always did. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I said. Around it. It's just like, as I said, you've got like it's just about appeasing people. It's just about appeasing people and trying to find the right balance between like giving them what they want, but making sure that they play to the level that you want them to play to.
First American slander today. Thank you.
And then, like, because like Tuchel did.
That's the time out, brother. Next time it's a block.
For the most part,
bring in people's nations. I keep telling you, man.
Yeah, for the most part, for the most part, Tuchel did it well. Like, there was a couple of times he didn't, but for the most part, he did it well. It's just the same problems that we mentioned, like how Tuchel trying to be the guy, and it's like, because like if Mbappe wasn't there, for example, I think it would work with Neymar. Like, I think it would work because I think this in this stage of his career, I think Messi is like showing that he is being a lot more like he's like happy to not be as in the spotlight. Like we see with how he plays, but it's a case of one of Mbappe or Neymar has to go, and realistically speaking, it's Neymar because like it's not going to be Mbappe. Like unless Real Madrid come in for him again, it's not. Mbappe's not leaving. Yeah. He has basically full run of the club.
Yeah, like the Prince of Paris.
So Mbappe's. They just gave him a 200 million signing bonus or contract. Some ludicrous crap.
He's got the maddest contract I've ever seen in football.
Yeah, the French president was trying to convince him to stay. Look, and Madrid's already said that Mbappe who, because he did what he did this last summer. They'll wait another year for Haaland because that's who they want anyway.
Yeah, they don't need him though. This is the thing. Like, unless you're going to put him on the right, like Vinny's playing to a level where I'm not going to say he's as good as Mbappe, but he's playing to a level that's like he's arguably one of the best wingers in the world. Like as Jester said, they're waiting on Haaland. He doesn't then fit, and like they seem to be putting a lot of stock in Rodrigo. I don't know how good or bad he is going to end up becoming, but they seem to be putting a lot of stock in him. So like they just don't need him. They have no need for him.
Mbappe's not going to United. Y'all need to stop.
Who said that?
I don't care if you get Qatari owners.
Oh my god.
The dude is either going to go to Spain next after France, or he's not coming to. Why would you come to the hardest league in the world?
You're saying he's just going to stay in Paris for the rest of this?
He'll either stay at PSG or he'll go to a Spanish club.
Why would you live in Manchester? Come on. You live in
Dubai. Yeah, that's a bit of a shit. Sorry, Flawless.
It's bad.
Neymar will only be in London if he came to England. It's hard to say.
Definitely.
I'm not saying it'd be Chelsea, but it would be London.
Yeah.
It probably would be Chelsea. We're the only ones who pay for that guy. Realistically. He's not going to Tottenham.
To be fair, like United would be able to afford him, and even Mbappe they'd be able to afford him. And like I wouldn't like completely rule it out, but they'd have to give like PSG level wages, and they'd have to already like destroy their already ruined wage budget to make that happen. And like,
plus they came out.
That's a recipe after.
As you said, nobody can make over 200 grand. Well, you're not getting Mbappe there on 200. You know that's their cap for wages per week, 200 grand. How are you going to bring in Mbappe in for that?
So obviously the
Eddie didn't pay that much.
Is like we all want Neymar. So if you're given a choice again, I know the owners are probably more ambitious than me. It's clear. Neymar or Felix? Obviously the owner probably want to keep both of them, but I'm just thinking here.
He's going to keep both of them. He'll keep both of them.
Yeah, that's what
positions.
Yeah, but if you were to just choose one of them,
Felix,
longevity, man. Longevity.
Not even that, just from a positional standpoint and everything. Like he just works so much better for us. But yeah, if you have to choose one, Felix, 100%. But we may not have to.
Gentlemen, I got to bounce, but I have my replacement here that can be the new asshole of the stream. Alex, my guy. It's always good.
Introducing
Calm
Alex.
down, Alex. Calm down, yeah? After yesterday, debacle.
You get to take over my space as the asshole of the stream.
Yeah,
so.
Alex.
Not to say you're an asshole.
I wouldn't say you're asshole.
That's what
Controversial.
I get, so.
It's always good to have another thought of the spectrum. Gets the brain moving. Nothing wrong with that.
He didn't seem happy either.
What the hell?
Oh, Alex. Listen, he just woke up.
No, I didn't just woke up. I have a lot of shit
Yo,
to do.
you're on mute.
No, he's talking. He's talking.
We can hear him.
He's just very quiet for once. I've never heard Alex this quiet before in my life, mate.
Have you taken read a book?
Did you
later, bro?
Did you see?
Take care, Justin.
Did you call Jester cunt slim?
Who?
No, someone else did today.
That was Scott.
Yes.
No. I'm talking about
me and Jester are cool, man.
I'm getting DM saying what's his name? There was Fatur that called Jester. It wasn't Fatur. I know it was Slim.
We put the blame on Slim again, man.
It was me.
Not again, man. I know it was you. It's
no, he means yesterday. He means yesterday.
Yesterday, not today, man.
Oh, did you do it yesterday as well? I missed the stream.
I missed the stream as well. I didn't hear.
I might have to go back and rewatch that.
It's a blur. I think it was
Honestly, I rewatched it. Alex's reaction was fucking hilarious, bro. I rewatched
so
that.
funny, man.
The twat gang.
Alex, I forgive you. Don't worry. I forgive you.
You forgive me. Who the fuck are you?
I forgive you. Don't worry.
Well, what the fuck are you?
Exactly, Fatur. I was just listening. I wasn't gonna come on the stream, and
have you got any opinions today, Alex? For us, what are you thinking?
I don't. I have to think of my cardiology test that I have to take, and
that's a lot. That's a lot, man.
So I'm doing my continuous education. That's like every 2 years. I have to make sure that my license is up to date and stuff. So I'm working on it, but it's not easy. Every time something changes, I need to make sure that the standards and medical procedures are still to the date and stuff. So that's what I'm busy with right now. So football is kind of like step down for me.
Back burner.
So that's gonna be I don't know how it's gonna affect it because I kind of need to break a little bit from this madness that
I hear you, bruv.
I usually
the way Chelsea is, focus on
you know what?
No. My wife said that. My wife said that you lately been. What are you saying? Like lately been too like, and I blame it on Lewis. I said Lewis is always the one.
Me? I'm one of the calmer ones on here.
That's not the point. I'm gonna think there's a reason. Like I just need somebody to blame. Like
Joe, you have to blame. You just blame Chelsea because we want them to win and they're not winning.
She knows, man. She knows. She's probably been watching Chelsea more than you because of me.
It's Chelsea fucking us up.
When I'm watching Chelsea,
she's probably thinking, look, Jorginho's left, and you've got even angrier. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. She's like,
got a whole mood board.
I didn't hear Johnny. I didn't hear Johnny's name anymore. She's like, what happened to
Let's
Johnny?
have it right.
What happened to him? He was a twat on stream, but I slightly listened.
So funny, man. It's full on Potter out. It's full on Potter out.
Basically,
that is where out of order. Only calls Johnny as twat though, so let's not do that.
I called him.
Basically, what?
I called him again.
Go on, Alec.
Basically, I just need somebody to be blamed. You know, like the bad kid got smoking at school. It was like, oh, it wasn't me. I was holding for somebody. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not like she's gonna call you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just saying it's Lewis.
Well,
his fault.
To Mrs. Alex, apologies, my friend.
She ain't watching.
Apologies. Blame
she
Chelsea.
got her own problems. She got her own problems now. So yeah, but back to what I was listening. I'm not gonna stop listening. I'm not gonna. What's his name? I was just gonna ask Jester real quick, but he left. That if he wants to get rid of all the Cobham players,
he does.
Well, I know that. I know. No. I want to know who are we registering.
This is the thing.
There is a quarter. There is a quarter.
Homegrown. We got one off with Madueke now, but still.
And you know how funny that people that say.
The way the registration works, it doesn't like. So you need 8 homegrowns in the country and 4 homegrowns at the club. So even if with Madueke, we still need 4 people from the club. Like, otherwise you have to. The way you have to then do it is if you don't include those players, you lose slots. So say so you have a 25-man squad. Say if you don't include any homegrown players from the club, you can only have 21 players in your squad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can we're gonna get rid of all those carbon. No, we're not. Just
Neither
the names.
we bring in more.
No. Just look at this way. Basically, again, based on numbers, if you're gonna get rid of all those players, plus you're gonna get. What about the other players, not homegrown, that wants to leave, like Ziyech's, Pulisic's, Koulibaly's, all those players. He obviously he wants to. Well, Mount's considered a homegrown player, so like all those players. So how many players are gonna live in one window? Are we thinking of gonna replace all of them in one summer window?
No, some have to stay, but like that's why I'd rather prioritize this regular first teamers.
That's why for me Mason Mount is not even number 1 priority. Even replacing it, as bad as he is, I don't think he's the priority to replace. Who would you rather have, Mason? Well, never mind. I will ask, and there will be riots again.
Bro,
but for me, Robin Loftus-Cheek has to go before Mason Mount. Pulisic has to go before Mason Mount.
I disagree. On
Ruben. You see what I'm saying?
Ruben. Not only on Ruben. Again, I say Ruben because I've made this point before. I would say his wages are not at a point where I think you need to get rid of him because he's taking too much wages. I think you can work around that. I think that he is happy to be a guy who's like 5th choice midfielder. Plus, again, he fills homegrown quota. So, like, he's a guy you can have in, and he takes the spot in terms of the homegrown. But because he's basically never going to play or play in the cups, I think he can be a guy
where you're getting wrong.
Is he our Milner?
Yeah, that's not. I'd rather have a real nice Mason Milner. I'd rather really have Mason Milner than broke back Robin Loftus-Cheek at this point.
Also, the thing with Ruben, where compared to like Mount or Gallagher, is money. You're going to get
nothing
way
good
less
about this shit. That's actual fact that Robin Loftus-Cheek has a problem with his back.
Oh, that's
what's his contract saying, Ruben?
I don't know. It wasn't there when he was when he was signing it.
A year left. 2 years left.
2 years, I think. A year or 2.
I do like Robin Loftus-Cheek. That's the only. I was actually used to be Robin Loftus-Cheek stan. Long time.
Yeah, he was a next Yaya Toure or something.
He was balling out on the sorry.
Even before that, I was saying that like I wanted because the physicality, the way his presence. But I always thought that he always placed in the team. He should always be playing as number 10 in the physical England. Back then, there was more physical than now. So back then, it was more make sense for him to play higher as a 10 because he was first. How you say it? So, he wasn't a first Carbon man wonder kid.
He was turning.
No, dude. It's like he was the first one that everyone. He was the first one that everyone raved about. Like I think he was the first one that everyone raved about to the level that they start raving about them now. Because like people didn't speak about Christensen like that. Like the only thing they used to say about Christensen is he's the first.
Yeah, I remember those, Scott. I remember those Christensen conversations way before that. Like, my word! You think what's his name? Lewis is Christensen merchant. I'm not that chasing him like with the autographs and that. But I really, really respected Guy's technique as a defender.
Oh no! Like I know you did, but what I'm talking is I'm not talking like just you because I know you respect him. I'm talking like from a fan perspective.
Isn't it usually how it works? Like when Mikel, nobody respected. I was getting stick from.
No, I know that. No, what I'm saying is on.
Oh yeah.
On that comment, I'm purely Alex. What I'm saying is purely on that comment. Ruben was the first guy, or probably the main guy, who started this trend of like everyone raving about ex-Wonder kid from Cobham. Like the way that people spoke about Christensen wasn't
McEachran. Oh, here we go. It was McEachran and
maybe it's because of my age. I don't remember the talk about McEachran.
Yeah. McEachran, Marco Mancien.
Oh, McEachran was on fire when he first burst. That was the first name. Then it was what's his name? The ones that plays for Saints now, left back.
What left? You mean
Peters?
Van Hanok.
Oh
yes.
No, I remember Van Hanok. The one
not Van Haaland, the other one.
Bertrand.
There we go. Bertrand.
Oh, Bertrand. Yeah. The one that I can remember, like he wasn't from Cobham, but the one I swear that I kept hearing everyone talk about was that Lucas Piazon. Like, and he literally had like nine. He had like 9 loans, did fuck all in his career, bro.
Yeah.
But who was the other guy we have that's a midfielder that's on loan all the time?
There was a bunch.
There's a lot. Because, first of all, Masunda wasn't homegrown. There's the players that came when we were already professional players. And there's the players that started when they are 8.
Did Marco Marin?
He was already established. He'd already had a good couple of years.
Van Henkel was already established. Everybody was already established.
We bought Marin when he was like, he'd already had a couple of years in Germany.
Was the
that's it, Van Hinkel. That's the boy. That's what I'm thinking of.
But he's not homegrown player. He
no,
was never.
He's been on. Is he off our books yet? Is he gone?
Yeah, he actually retired. He had the really bad.
He retired.
Really bad knee injury. The one that irreversible.
Damn.
Remember Marco Mancien? I used to think he's gonna be.
Yeah. Wow, I forgot about him.
Jesus Christ, we've had so many fucking dreadful players.
Easy Brown.
The first time.
Easy Brown. 16-year-old from West Brom, Easy Brown.
But this is what I'm talking about. When people talk about Cobham, they only see the good. They don't see this level of shit.
That's the first batch. No. That's the first batch when they started succeeded on loan, and all those talk horse radios saying that Chelsea. Why does Chelsea never brings the? You know what I'm saying? Like they doing good in the Championship, or the loan on the Premier League teams. And all of a sudden, Chelsea first team supposed to be like
exactly. That's my own problem. Even my friends were like that.
You got
Gallagher. And Gallagher's doing well on loan. Bring him back to the club. Look, he's going to introduce Chelsea level.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying even before that. Rakovic. Yeah, that's the good shout. What's his name? Josh 96 said Rakovic, whatever that bold short player. He's still playing somewhere.
I ain't got the faintest idea who that is.
I was going to say that I know there's a goalkeeper with that name, but I'm pretty sure he never played for Chelsea. Wait.
No,
there was a guy as well. There was a guy as well. I think
old guy, short from. I think he's Croatian.
Or Slovakian or something like that. I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't remember his goddamn name.
And he's decent. I forgot.
I know exactly who you're talking about. And I can't remember his name.
He's bold.
It might be this guy. No, it wasn't this guy. He came for at City. It's really annoying because I know who you're talking about and I can't picture him.
He switched to City, actually.
Are you sure it's this? I don't think it...
I forgot his name. Pasalic? I don't know.
Pasalic was he never played for us. Went on loan.
Yeah, I say we bought him, sent him on loan to a couple of teams, and then sold him. Like he never played for us. We bought him. Oh shit.
Anyway, it was.
Yeah, there's so many.
That's the first time when we are actually, our what's the name? Cobham became on the map. It's that years when what's his name? I think it was like what's his name? The one that got fired. What's the fuck? And the manager at Real Madrid right now.
Mourinho.
Ancelotti.
That's the years when then Chelsea's youngsters start to become of really, really big names in the football. Not the top 4 teams, but around it.
On a side note, everyone's just putting like a bunch of names in the chat that all like used to play for Chelsea. Like Sam Hutchinson, Josh. The guy you're thinking of is Marcin Bulger, who is now at Nice. is the backup goalkeeper at Nice. Like
so
many of these guys,
Jamal
bro.
Blackman, goalkeeper. He's
Oh
in
my
US.
god.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Neymar.
Easy Brown.
Don't forget Cho. Miroslav Stoch. That's
Stoch. There we go.
That was
Stoch,
him.
That's
That was
the
him.
one.
That was him.
That's him. Yeah, wing. He's a
He went to
winger,
like
innit?
he went to go and play in
Top
Greece,
guy.
I think, as well. Yeah, he went to go
He's
and play in
decent
Greece.
player. I still think he's
He was
a decent
player, actually. Yeah.
Tumble was never Chelsea's.
Turnbull wasn't a Chelsea player. He came from like Middlesbrough, I want to say, or something like that. Like he wasn't from a Chelsea academy. But bro, we have had.
What about Easy Brown? You guys don't remember Easy Brown? 16-year-old one.
Did we have Casey Palmer as well?
Yeah.
Tumble. No, we signed Tumble.
There's a defender the same time that was Christensen in the wow, man, what a defender! But he was injured.
Thomas Callas. He played in the Liverpool game. He pocketed Suarez in that game.
Yes.
Thomas Callas. Oh my! Couch. That's an old one, bro. That's an old.
Oh wow!
But this is what I'm talking about. But this is the thing. Look at how much.
Nate Chalobah, bruv. Nathaniel Chalobah.
Look at how much absolute dross we've had come from our academy, by the way. Like, we've had some really good players. Like, let's not get to it. We have had some really good players.
That's what I disagree with you. Scott. This is not a dross. This is the football. That's a professional football. If I don't make top 4 teams in any teams, any leagues, that doesn't mean that we didn't succeeded.
Oh, no. I'm going off based on, like, I'm going in comparison to where we think this academy should be or where this academy is. That's what I'm comparing to, because I don't include, because for example, I don't include like Van Arnholt in that. I think his career was a success in terms of where he went to and what he did. But like, for example, someone's brought up there, Lewis Baker, like Josh McEachran, no. Sam Hutchinson I saw earlier, no. Balker's been like all of these Bruma fucking hell.
I think if you make a player that makes any 2 division and any top 5 leagues, not top 5, top 10 leagues, that's a success, man.
Yeah.
People don't get like you think that to become a professional player it's easy?
Hell no.
Scott, I think you will. I think if you will give an option like you can murder somebody or become a championship player at 20s. Would you do it?
I mean, yeah, but like that's not what I'm comparing here. Like, look at both these guys that we're being brought up. Like I know what you're saying, but not everybody's Neymar. I'm just going. It's not that. I'm just going through the players we're looking at here, right? Let's just go through some players. We talked about Michael Mancienne. Like, fair enough, he played for some decent clubs. He also like played in the MLS before the MLS became. Like had more money in it. Like he was in there like a few years
MLS
ago.
Still shit. They're giving me for free whole season pass.
We've had players come through like Izzy Brown, who is now doing like
MLS.
Nothing.
Look, like we give MLS season free packages to the people that subscribe to specific.
Like what?
You guys remember we had Ricardo Quaresma playing for us.
Yeah, but we didn't.
I was so
bring him
gassed
from our
when we
academy.
signed him. I thought it was gonna be on Ronaldo and the Scolari.
Look, I played youth. My God, man! Seriously, man. Those like, especially when you don't make money, you have to pay everything out of pocket to go to all those games, to travel. Some things like, especially when the country like mine goes through the shit like almost a civil war. Oh my word, man! The level would have done to become. I will kill to have a Stoch career. You see what I'm saying? Like La Messiah. If you will bring La Messiah's players for past 10 years, you will not. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be all over the spread. You can find them everywhere in the world in the League 2 or 3, whatever. I'm just saying you will not find City a program running as big as Chelsea. And we're saying that we're one of the best. Actual PSG is the closest to the City than actual La Messiah right now.
Yeah.
We're still one of the best like one of the best team like youth program. like
I'm gonna
people
mention
still
Starks,
shocked.
but then
People
Yusuf
still
City.
shocked how you can sign, how this guy from Italy, from Inter, decided to join Chelsea youth. Does anybody explains that? Like, what? He's one of the biggest prospects in the world.
Who,
What's his name?
Casady?
Casady, yeah. He's one of the biggest prospects in the world. Why he choose Chelsea Cobham when he could choose City, La Masia, Real Madrid?
He knows the program here is good.
Yeah, exactly. People don't understand it, and I understand Jester likes the MLS, but that's his problem. I can fix that.
The thing with our youth is it
Jack
like in
Cork.
terms of judging how good it is.
Jack Cork. What a career Jack Cork has.
Who?
Cork,
Oh, Jack Cork.
remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he came from Chelsea.
Yeah, he's actually should. Oh wow, he's actually earlier than Robin Loftus-Cheek. He's the one that first graduated actually. Dominic Solanke was shit even in Cobham. Sorry, never rated Solanke. Never rated him.
The thing I say on this debate on the
and he wanted James' wages with no game time. No, James Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah,
Lewis,
wow.
Lewis, who's at the back, Lewis? Who's at the back?
The back?
Yeah, back of the kit. Is there a new one?
Oh, I've got no one on the back yet.
My man, you finally grew some. You finally grow some hair on your balls. Now use the sponsor.
I did get another one with Thiago Silva on the back though, so here's one.
You know,
I want to get the Enzo one, but I'm gonna wait to see if he's gonna get the number.
Actually,
hey, you know Silva's calm.
Yeah, but I will not put it until he retires.
Fair enough.
You know, with the academy, I always see that as when you go to a top school, like Chelsea Academy is like your, I don't know, Eton, Harrow School, where you come out of it, you have a good reputation, you can build a career easily compared to someone that come out of like normal government school. So that's the advantage of going through the Chelsea system, is that you have a reputation that supersedes you, and that sets you up in football. So that's why kids are looking at it, not necessarily to get game time, but to get opportunities to go to better places.
Rodrigo, did you notice since you put Mount as inevitable, you haven't played a game?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. I want to keep it like that. What do you think? I haven't changed?
It will be. Daniel, I think I don't like the disrespect that Spilicueta gets at Chelsea. I don't. I really don't.
That's true. Yeah.
I really don't understand. He's sitting on the bench without complaining. I don't. I really, really don't. It's not his fault. He was the only right back at Chelsea last season, and everybody was slamming.
Plus, Alex, he has done so much for us when we won the Premier League twice. He was like running like crazy.
He's the best defender for years.
Yeah, he was. I think he was the best 1v1 defender in the league.
He was. Do
you guys know?
The year we won the league with Conte, he was statistically the best 1v1 defender in Europe's top 5.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I
people
forget one-on-one, he's better than Chalobah. He doesn't have those legs like Chalobah, but one-on-one, he's still better than Chalobah.
I remember every game, Aspie would never make a single mistake for like 5-6 years.
That's what I wanted to ask you. The first mistake, and a fun fact for you guys, the first mistake that Aspie has done that led to a goal was last season against Everton. In years, we're talking like in 4 or 5 years.
Exactly. I don't think.
Can I just say that, with the just Lewis, you talking about that? We've had that with 3. I don't know what it is, but we've managed to do that with 3 different fullbacks that we've had across different generations. Where
did that.
Most fullbacks, I would say, you had Ivanovic, you had in their prime.
Ivanovic, remember that Fat Ivanovic on the sidelines.
And then you've had Aspie came in and did the same thing in terms of the 7 out of 10 most games, even when Cole. I'm talking about in terms of reliable. Now we've had James where most of the time you're getting 7 out of 10 games from James. I don't know what it is about us, regardless of how we're doing in terms of everywhere else. Our fullbacks, whether we buy them or bring them through the academy or whatever,
even Paulo
we manage to get fullbacks that are hella reliable.
Yeah, Paulo Ferreira too, bro.
And all of them got slammed at the end of the careers. All of them.
Cahill to this day, man.
At the end.
By every fan at Chelsea, Ivanovic was slammed.
Yeah.
15-16, I remember.
Lewis,
I think
Lewis,
that
did you speak about
respectfully.
Neymar yet, Lewis, or not?
Yeah, we did.
We have,
there's
but
a
we can
way
get
of,
your thoughts on it too, bro. We can get
Alex,
Okay,
with that, there's
I
a
think
way
it's
of doing
coming,
it like respectfully. Of like, for example, like with me, for example, like I think he should go, but I'm not going to sit there slandering him every week and calling him shit and calling him like as piss as I've seen him people do online and this, that, and the other. But like, I accept he needs to leave. But I'm not going to like be a dick about him, be like, like calling him like shit every other game and saying like this, that, and the other. Like he is past it, but there's a respectful way to do it. It's the same thing with Cahill. It was the same thing with like
Cahill got destroyed
what I'm
by
saying
the
is he wasn't the one that puts him at the starting 11, and he wasn't the one that responsible for Chelsea not properly secured the right back position for him. For any player.
No, I know.
Yeah.
By the
that's
way,
on the manager.
I saw somebody put the Basingwa in there. I couldn't fucking stand the prick. I couldn't stand the Basingwa.
There's always an anomaly to every. There's always an anomaly to everything.
Basingwa was not a good player for Chelsea. He won it all.
Hey, Alex, forget
Never
Chelsea. He wasn't a
rated
good player full stop. He wasn't a good player QPR either.
I hate it when he
kicking
cost
ass.
us he cost us the unbeaten home record. Remember that Liverpool game? He cost us the unbeaten home record. Hated it.
Yep.
I couldn't forgive him for that.
Own goal, bruv.
We literally 86 game unbeaten, and then he just started.
And then the biggest problem with him, stole every front picture from 2012 Championship League.
See how John Terry's trying to get in the front for the big lift off, and Bazing was two eyebrows.
That fraud was everywhere, man. And every picture ruined it. Wallpapers.
And you know what the worst part is? You already had a Champions League from 2004.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to do that, bruv. That was your second. Well, a shameless season. It is what it is. Kai, well, what did you want to say about Neymar, my friend? I know you wanted to talk about it.
I thought he's going to whine about his job in 5 hours.
No, man, it'd be good, man. I think he would be. I actually like Neymar at Chelsea. I think he'd bring us experience. He's a really good finisher. I think it'd be good, but I don't understand like the purpose of us having him and Sterling here. If I'm honest, man.
Sterling which bring off.
I think if Ziyech probably goes, he'll be depth.
Oh yeah, Ziyech is going as well. Yeah. Never mind. Forgot about Ziyech.
And Sterling might be pissed with the lack of game time. That's the whole reason why he left City, apparently. But then,
I think they're doing it for the new sponsor, because imagine if they get Neymar at the back, man. It's a big market.
Europa League. Imagine that.
It doesn't matter, man. Alex, it's shirts, man. I know you don't buy shirts with players at the back, but people do, man.
No, shirts are not making no money for club, man.
Of course they do. They make more money for clubs than actual stadium visitors.
Shirt sales don't.
Shut up, fuck up, man.
Shirt sales
my
don't.
God, man,
like
what a waffle.
Over yeah, of course, they sponsorship as well, because you get sponsorship.
No, it doesn't, man.
Player sponsorships make a lot of money, Alex.
Dude, didn't Pogba's
especially for these type of players.
Man. You know who gets the money for the names on the shirts? Nike.
Yeah, the Nike, but they're gonna pay us. If you have a marketable player,
they get the secure fee.
Alex,
so it doesn't matter. Oh my God!
Are you a marketer or are you a nurse? I'm a marketer.
No, I actually. Yeah, you complaining 5 hours of sleeping, working, man.
Because I know what I'm talking about.
Literally sleeping.
He's a marketable guy. Therefore, they're probably gonna sign him. He's gonna make a lot of money. Same thing like whenever they brought PSG got.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But you give the false narrative. That's the shirts are the reason. Shirts never been the profit for any club.
How do you get shirts with like a high how do you negotiate high sponsorships from the shirts? By having players who are marketable.
Okay. Look at the name for the past times who signed the shirts, because the names don't come on the shirts. The shirts gives specific fee for 4 years, for 3 years.
I think Kai is right though.
But the reason people buy the shirts is because they want the players at the back. I know you don't do it, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about the demographics that we're trying to target. People buy the shirts with the players at the back most of the time. And in order for those shirts to be to have actual value, you have to have the player on them. Like, for example, if you have any shirt from the 11-12 season and it doesn't have Lampard on the back, it's going to cost a lot less than when you have one that from actual Lampard from that year. So players do increase the value of the shirt a lot.
What you don't understand, what I'm trying to say is, when the Nike signs contract with Chelsea, They give him 30 million. They don't give a shit who's done a name.
Yes,
or who's
but
what.
if they have
but
Neymar
the
before
percentage
they
of the sell, it doesn't go in Chelsea. It
no,
still goes to.
Yeah, but there's a percentage. You get bonuses. It depends on how many shirts you sell. There is bonuses in the objective how many shirts you sell. Alex, you're literally a nurse, bro. I do marketing for a living for big companies, man. I know how this shit works.
No, it's fine. I was just listening to the actual lawyer on the fingers when he
literally
explained
look up like how like shirts deal work, man. Like why do you think Air Jordan? Why do you think Air Jordan like joined with PSG? Because Mbappe is very marketable. Neymar is very marketable. The money that they made with Messi. You think they signed Messi because they wanted a 33-year-old? It's because they wanted the marketability under him for Air Jordan. Imagine the money they make. Marketing is huge, bro. I think a lot of people underestimate it.
No, I understand, Kai. You're right what you're saying, but but it does not affect. It does not affect the actual.
One second, I'm having a phone call. Yeah, one second.
Okay. What I'm saying is the percentage of the sales does not improve. That's why Salah had problem with Liverpool. He wanted to make sure that every time they get his name, it's it. This is what's the problem with the shirts markets. They don't care who over there on the team. They want every player's name attached. You see what I'm saying? That's why players fight this kind of contract. So every time somebody puts their name rights, that's the reason. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, players protecting their own.
Exactly. Player wants to control their thing, but the sponsors don't. So when sponsors,
that's why part of Mbappe's contract was that he gave PSG all of his naming rights. I think
exactly
for the 3 years.
Yes. So every time they use Mbappe's name, they have to pay PSG. What happens with actual players when this is why Pulisic was one of the biggest shirt sales in the world. Sometimes actually more than what's his name? Than Messi. At some years he was highest than Messi.
Was he?
Did we get? Yeah.
Pulisic.
Did we? Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Did he?
Mad.
I have a theory on that, but I don't want to actually say the reason, but I know it's the reason. I don't want to disrespect. But you in US, you actually pay full price for the jersey.
Yeah, $120.
And the other countries,
you buy them with the
players. Slightly different.
Where did he go?
Maybe he offended someone. They cut his Wi-Fi. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
From
what I know, man, from what I know, and I've worked with companies that actually sell merchandise, is you get bonuses based on things you use. Like, for example, even with you guys, like with YouTube, the promos, right? Like the reason they give you the promos because you have your own audience, and then when that audience uses your code, you get a cut from it. Same thing with the players. The reason people buy shirts not because they like the way that the shirt looks, because they admirize those fucking players, man. So it's kind of a referral thing.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't think it affects as much as people make sure. Because I was on what's his name? I was on Terrace. That's when on a terrace, and what's his name? Terry, and the guy was talking about that actual lawyer from the one of the English clubs, and he said the sales. It was when what's his name? Salah wanted those 600K a week. Remember that conversation? When he didn't want to sign a contract. The fight wasn't about that. The fight was about the naming rights. He wanted to control his name in the Middle Eastern market. So every time somebody buys in the Middle East, his name, he gets what's his name?
Salah?
Yeah.
What Salah?
I don't understand people like, you don't want me to be on the stream, just pay £100, man. That's all it is.
Yeah. Simple as.
People in the chat, they take every debate too seriously,
just
man.
Join the stream. Like, if you think that I'm that bad, either pay or come join me and let's debate.
Yeah, if any of you guys want the link, let me know. I'll drop it in as well. I don't mind.
Look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not, my job is medical. I don't have nothing in marketing, but I'm old enough to actually be interested in a bunch of stuff. If you grew up in Russia, you do not grow up with a specific degree. You grew up with the lifestyle. You need to know how to move your ass. Otherwise, you won't leave. You will not survive. Even when you graduate medical school in Russia, in other countries like the Western countries, you have the specific direction of the what's the name of the physician, like neurologist. You do not, and when you ask neurologist some other questions, he will not know. He'll say, "I need you to go to that specific physician." When you graduate, he will know what the dentist is. You see what I'm saying? It's still medical school. It's more more absorbed degree than a specific demographics of the world, like in the Western world. Example: me and my wife were driving from Charleston. There's a huge car accident right in front of me. There's a big tractor trailer overturns. I'm the first one. Me and my wife, we're both in the medical field. My wife actually is neurologist. So when we stopped, I saw 3 people on the ground. They've been thrown out of a truck. There was a moving truck. So when we got to that, I was the reason why I knew what I was doing, because I was working in the critical care. My wife worked higher education, and she did not know what to do in the critical care. When I asked her, look, I need you to triage those 2 patients. Here's the blood pressure cuff. Go check. She getting lost. You know why she getting lost? Because the way they teach in specific narrow vision, how you say, tunnel vision?
Yeah.
If it's the tunnel vision and they don't know how to move. I grew up in the place where if you have that, you don't survive. You have to look wider. By the way, all those guys are actually survived. Yeah, cool. I had to call the helicopter on one of them because he was internal bleeding.
Oh, man is saying drop the link. All right, cool. Drop the link quick. While I'm doing that, big up.
I'm just
Adrian.
giving you example, the reason, so you will not think that
links in the chat if anyone wants to hop in. We'll go in for another 10
break
minutes.
from this stream. I need a break from this.
Big up Adrian saying, when you think of Chelsea's DMs of the past years, Makaleli, SCN, Mikel, Matic, and Kante. Damn, we've had some good DMs historically.
We
have.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Player of the year.
Lewis, you know what's funny? Back then, I remember I used to go on a lot of forums, Chelsea forum online. They used to hate Mikel. He's so funny. Mikel was like the one player. You see how people hate like Mount, Jorginho. Mikel was that guy. People hated Mikel, man.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so Mount wants 240 a week. If this is correct.
That's how much James getting. And I'm not saying he should sign. I think that's not a bad thing. He should sign same contract as James.
Enzo's on 120 though.
What?
Enzo's on 120K a week.
Yeah, but we pay 100 mil for him.
Yeah, but that's not directly to his pocket though. I'm sure he doesn't.
That's how it works.
I don't know, man. For me,
he keeps some of that money. Yeah, he keeps some of that.
First of all, I don't think 240 is the what's the name?
Oh my God, man, to Liverpool. What the hell?
I'm fine with it. Dalva, we're not getting a good connection with you, so. I've already dropped the link. The link's in the chat. We're going to go for another 10 minutes or so, but Liverpool pushing hard to sign Mason Mount amid contract standoff. Mount is believed to want to treble his wages, which sit at 80k a week. Man wants 240k a week.
With the Mount thing, though, right? It ain't for me necessarily about the wages. Like, he shouldn't be getting those wages, but at this moment in time, I ain't going to say about the wages. It's the timing. It's like, don't ask for this contract at the moment. Like, play well.
Play well, exactly. Don't laugh with our with our opponents when we lose a game or a draw a game.
Yeah, I just think again it goes back to self-awareness. This guy has no self-awareness at all.
Exactly.
Zero. Like, you're not even getting into the squad, bro. What are you doing?
Mount is going to Liverpool if he doesn't sign.
Yeah. I think we'll sell him. I don't mind, to be fair.
Do you guys believe ESPN though? Do you guys believe the ESPN report?
Not necessarily. Oh no! On what? On the teams that are interested in him? No.
Yeah. That City and United wants him.
Liverpool, City,
I don't know how.
I think I don't believe that link, but I think there is interest
Liverpool,
from City.
yes.
I believe interest from City. I believe interest from.
I don't know. City, I'm not sure, man.
Well, you can. Well,
I don't see how he fits into Guardiola's team though with his touch. I don't see how he fits there, man.
Well, because you don't respect his touch. That's all.
No, Scott. Do you think he fits into City?
Why are you looking for Scott? For help?
Scott, because people say I have an agenda, so I'm gonna ask Scott.
No.
Opinion.
So you're looking for, like, I'm talking to you, and you're looking for Scott. Why? For emotional support?
No, for his opinion. It's important.
It doesn't matter if he fits
well,
there. If they offer them money, just take the money and let him go there. It's up to them how he
goes.
I don't care if he goes to West Ham, man. I'm just saying, like,
get his ass gone if you don't want to sign.
I don't believe City is interested in it. Scott. What do you think, Scott?
I don't see how he fits in City, man. The way they play.
Hey, man,
I don't think he goes City, but United's wage structure is fucked enough.
Like, we literally play a Down syndrome version of City, is how City plays, and he barely can control the ball for us. What is he gonna do at City?
Who cares at City? If they want him, they take him, and there's their choice how they use him. If they want him, take him. They use him how they want to use him. Not our problem when he's gone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Exactly. But does he want to leave Chelsea?
Yeah, if he went to City,
if he doesn't feel respected, of course he wants to leave.
Apparently his dad is his agent. Did you guys see that his dad is his agent now?
But he only doesn't feel respected because he can't get the money that he wants. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think it's not money. I think it's the link of a contract. I always thought that.
It's a little bit more about money.
I think it's about you.
Look,
I think he wants to play your
contract. It's the money.
4.5, 4 year contract, 5 year.
At the end of the day, if he signs, I don't care. If he doesn't, I don't care.
I'll be happy.
It doesn't. Are you sure you want to answer that without Scott's permission to answer? Because
then you guys call me biased. If I give any opinion about Mount, you guys call me biased.
Nobody ever called you biased.
Yeah. What?
Nobody ever called you biased because you always look for somebody to help you.
Before the Mount hate, I was the first person to be like Mount needs to go.
Yeah.
First,
and
before,
then Kai Havertz.
Since that idiot Lampard was here, manager, I said that Mount has to go. You guys were like, oh no, he's not our biggest issue, and then everybody changed.
But Kai, how could you call Lampard an idiot, man? How can you call a club legend an idiot?
Not an idiot, inept manager. That I'll call him. All right, I'm sorry, call him an idiot, but yeah, an inept manager.
Come on, you're supposed to be a Chelsea fan, man. How you could call Lampard an idiot?
As a manager, he was.
The highest scoring.
He literally had Kante taking headers, bro. Come on, man. That's not a manager who's inept, man.
It's not an insult, like I understand.
Fatou, shut up, man. I can say what I want, bro. I made my decision.
Are you sure? 5 seconds ago, you looked for Scott to make sure.
No, because I want to ask him about his opinion, because like me and him share the same opinion.
I can't like that. That's a dumb question, though.
Scott, I want to ask you a question. Did you feel devalued?
So how do you guys feel about the Southampton game tomorrow?
We losing.
But Liverpool wage
bro, he killed me. They're like, it's a challenge. I'm like, bro, they don't even have a manager, bro.
So you guys think it's gonna be
But we do have a manager.
I don't know if that's an advantage.
Did that help? Did that help?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage for us, man. So 2 from 14, bro. Oh, my days, we're a joke, man.
I don't know how much I can believe this though. Liverpool don't usually pay people that high salary. It's gonna be like one of the highest paid players there.
No, Van Dijk is like one of the highest contracted in.
Look. The reason why he asked for that salary because he knows Chelsea can do the salary. If he's gonna be unappreciated in this Chelsea team, he's gonna go to Liverpool for less money.
Yeah.
And he'll go to Liverpool.
But I don't think it's about the money. I think he wants to be less contract than James, not on that 6 year, 7 year contract. That's what I'm feeling, and that's
what the journalist reported, that he wants to have like England international salary.
He does want 7 years. He doesn't want to be.
There's no such a thing as England international salary, man.
That's what what's their name are reporting. All the Matla and who else? Ben Jacobs and the other guy from the Times. I forgot his name. They all said he's not happy with his salary. He wants to triple it or blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think he does want a 7-year deal. He does want that.
Okay. First of all, if it's a if it's 240k,
it's a lot.
Is that it's the same 240k as James, and James is 240k. It's the final. It's not the base number. Everybody knows that. So why people are bent over and thinking like, look, oh my word, I need a break from this fucking stream.
Yeah, but James is more consistent.
We don't really know exactly what the issue is in terms of the contract, because we've heard about a million different things. We've heard that the length was an issue. He only wanted 5 years, not 7. We've heard about the wages loads. Again, I just go back to my point. Regardless of what the issue is, regardless of whether you want him to stay, regardless of everything, right now you should not be even discussing a contract based on his form. You should not even... Bro, the only person, and this goes for everyone, I've said this before, this goes for everyone. Kante... who else have we been discussing a contract with apart from like Kovacic, if he's having one? Everyone apart from Silva, there should be no other contract talks because no one else fucking deserves one based on right now, based on how they're playing or the fact they're injured. You should not be opening contract talks with anyone else apart from Silva, and we've sorted Silva's out.
Conte's thing expires this summer. You have to.
I don't care. He needs to play. We're going to offer a 3-year contract on 290k wages to a guy that's hasn't played a game since September. No.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see him play first.
Yeah, that's true as well.
If he comes back and plays well, then you slap the contract on the table and say sign it. Like,
it's like
until that happens,
buying
don't give him a contract.
It's like buying a console from eBay, bro. You don't know what you're gonna get, bro. You can't just put the money on front.
I think he's just stalling until we get close to the next summer, and then we just offer what he wants.
Mount has Daniel. He has less than 18 months now.
The more he stalls, the more chance we offer what he wants.
He has exactly 15 months.
The thing is we're going to be fine without him, and we'll be fine with him.
Isn't it the same thing? 18 months, 15 months. It's a year and a half left.
No, not really. Not really in business terms. There's like 4 quarters.
Oh my god!
So it's not. So it's not really the same, man. You already 1 quarter down.
Also, it doesn't really matter though. Like, regardless of whether he's stalling, the club stalling, like the deal's not getting signed, and it doesn't matter either way. Even if we sign him, right, it's quite clear based on the last few games that like when there are better players ahead of him, he's not playing. He's getting limited minutes, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm absolutely fine with him being like, if he still is here and just gets limited minutes, it is what it is. I prefer him to leave, but I just, like, it's fine. The issue is if he stays here and plays multiple games. But like at the moment, we just got to go off what we're seeing right now. He's not signing a contract, so the likelihood is he goes in the summer, which again is for me the best solution.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day, as well, this ownership group is completely different to the last one. We're not letting players go for free if we can help it, which is why Kante probably most likely will sign a new deal, regardless of whether it's the right thing to do from a financial aspect in terms of like wages and shit and how much he's going to play. They are probably going to just give him a new contract for the simple like reason of they don't want to lose him for free.
Yeah,
like they were willing to get rid of Jorginho, in my opinion, earlier than they probably should have done. But because they got an offer that was way too good to turn down. Like, they're not letting these guys go for free. So if he doesn't sign a contract come the summer, he's gone. He is gone.
Yeah.
Plus, for me, like the position where we are on the table, how we've been playing.
Hold on a second. Is this Andrew Santos visa rejected?
Yeah.
Because like, you remember that clause that Jester kept telling us about, that he'll get the contract signed, because that what he failed to mention is that only kicks in if the Premier League sees that player as indispensable to the club, which he's not. Because he'll be like 4th choice midfielder. Like,
but about Mount,
it can be replied in the 30 days,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for next season, yes.
Oh yeah, you can appeal it in 30 days. But like the better option for me with Santos is you loan him out. Like, you can't just let him sit here. You can do the other things. You can give him loan him to European
another
team.
English club, yeah.
No,
give him to another English club that can prove that he's indispensable.
All you gotta do is give him to European team that has European Schengen visa, and he can work there. And with that visa, he will get approval. That's how backwards you can.
I was going to say that takes a while, Alex.
Douglas, remember Douglas Luiz from Man City? Douglas Luiz came from Brazil, couldn't get work permit. City loaned him to Aston Villa because Aston Villa could prove to the Premier League like he'll be indispensable to our team. Blah blah blah.
It wasn't that they loaned him to Girona first.
Oh, sorry, Girona. Yeah.
They loaned him to Girona first, and that also as well comes back to like why they want to do this this big like club thing, City Football Group thing, because then if you have these issues, you just send him to another club. Like you send him to another club.
But hold on a second. Remember, Jester said, and he comes in and he just walks into this team.
Yeah, again, like as I mentioned before, the same clause that he mentioned about that means he'll definitely get a work permit for.
Imagine people like Fatou get visas, but not Andrew Santos.
Hey, I'll get a visa to enter Germany. That's what I did. Like I went to the game, no problem with me. I went back there.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about UK. How you got the visa to UK and Andrew Santos couldn't?
The best thing to do with Santos is to the best thing to do is to loan him to a club, preferably a European club, or if not, just a top level Brazilian club.
Maybe Turkey.
And then
the market is closed. You can't loan him now.
No, I don't want him at Turkey.
Some like markets
Portugal
are open. Like I don't know who else. I'm pretty sure the Brazilian market is still open. Like I know, for example, the MLS market, like the American market, is still open. I'm not saying I want him to go there, but it's just an example. Like there's still markets that are open. So you just send him to a loan where he's going to play, and then you apply again in the summer.
Yeah, most likely we'll go to Brazil. That's
which I'm fine with as long as he goes to play for like Palmeiras or Flamengo or someone like that, or a Sao Paulo. I'm fine with. I just don't want him to go there and go and play for like one of the no offense, but like bottom feeder teams.
What does it mean? Alex be looking for Joan on. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
What?
I have no idea what's going on here. Honestly,
Seagull.
I have no idea what's going on there.
Kai, you were talking about finishing off about that Mount point. What were you saying?
Yeah. I said the fact that it really bothers me the fact that he is like really like even talking about money when we are like our worst position in years. Like he doesn't even want to commit himself to the club, man. He's even like arguing about like little things.
Hold on a second. We're in the worst position in years?
Yes, we're in worse form than 15-16.
Nah.
Yeah,
we're not in the worst position.
Yeah.
Worst position? Are you talking about positionally or as a club?
As a club, surely as well.
Scott.
Nah, not as a club.
Just
positionally, we are. As a club, we're fine. Long term, we're fine.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about Chelsea at all. That's why I don't care about this season.
Long term is hindsight. Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. But
Lewis,
so far,
but like, I've seen enough to feel confident. I've seen enough.
Yeah, but we've got a much different ownership group now. Like we're fine. Like we're not in a worse position now. This was the worst team that we had in our club. But I also back this.
I'm speaking form wise, Scott. I'm not talking about like how the
form. That's why I said positionally. I get it.
Yeah. But I mean positionally.
As a club, we're fine. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah. Lewis, you do this on purpose. Put all the Mount haters
from his side. It's not like morally right. You know, if he really actually give a shit. You know.
Are you feeling a bit worried because you got that Mount, Abbey? It's all good, bro. It's all good. Got no judgment against that. I don't hate him. Just sign or leave. Simple as.
Yeah. That's I want him to leave. I'm tired of him.
He don't want to sign on something respectable.
Bro,
so
it's actually mad. A lot of people wanted him to stay no matter what, man. Like before, like a month or two ago. Now it's more people want him to leave and people want something.
It depends. He can play for the youth without. Well, actually, no. Never mind.
I think Mount right now is too late to limit his minute. He sees himself as one of those players that deserve to start. I think, like you can't put him on the bench now.
I think. I mean, you can, but he's not gonna agree with it.
You can, but I don't think he sees himself as that. He probably sees himself as a first-team player.
Well, that's a good loan for him.
Till December.
What's
Fair
that?
Enough. Santos is going on loan to Palmeiras.
That's arguably the best team in Brazil. Banging loan.
That's good.
Till December though, that's long.
Plus, yeah, but
he's 18 years old.
Maybe they can't appeal the work visa for.
18 years old.
You can appeal a work visa or a work permit after 30 days, but there's no point. Like there would be no point in appealing it after 30 days because nothing will have changed.
Yeah, exactly. So, but maybe he already had 2 as well as Scots. Maybe the rules change. Because I know in Europe, if you like had a a visa and you got like rejected, you can appeal it again in 60 days. But then if it gets rejected again, you have to wait another like.
No, it's still
months.
the same. It's like you just have to wait 30 days every time, but there's no point in doing it because it's like it's just going to get rejected continually.
Yeah.
Because he would have had to have played game. He wouldn't have been able to do that.
Apparently,
Plus,
December's when
I think
Brazilian
also
league finishes.
he's too young as well for European visa as well. Maybe that's why what they're thinking behind.
Yeah, if you're human trafficking here.
Apparently, the Brazilian league ends in December.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's why. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes
Full
sense.
season. I understand that. I get that.
Yeah, send him there. We'll be
might
fine.
as well. Right. We've been going live for nearly 3 hours, so wrap it up here. But you, man, we're gonna send you straight to
It's
Lawrence.
almost as much as Kyle was sleeping.
I haven't slept today, man.
Big up
2 days I
everybody.
didn't sleep, man. Finally gonna sleep. Excited.
Like and subscribe, and as always, up the Chelsea. See you.